Win the Morning, Win the Day. Written and published by Audiobook lovers. If you want to change your life, it starts with changing how you start your day. The way you begin your morning can be the difference between a day that feels chaotic and one that's filled with focus, intention, and momentum. Imagine waking up every day with a clear sense of purpose, energy, and excitement. What would your life look like if you could harness that energy right from the moment your feet hit the floor? In today's audiobook, we're diving into one of the most powerful tools for personal transformation: winning your morning. When you master the way you begin your day, you lay the foundation for everything that follows. It's not just about waking up early or following a generic routine. It's about setting the tone for success by taking control of your thoughts, emotions, and energy right from the start. I'm going to show you simple, practical steps that you can implement right away to transform your mornings and in turn transform your life. We're going to talk about how to shift your mindset, elevate your emotions, and activate your body in ways that will create lasting change. By the end of this audiobook, you'll have the tools you need to take back control of your mornings. You'll learn how to set powerful intentions, tap into your energy, and make every day a step toward the life you truly desire. So stay with me, because if you can win your morning, you can absolutely win your day, and ultimately your life. Let's get started. Chapter 1. Wake up early and connect with your clear intention. Wake up early and connect with your clear intention. This is not just about adjusting your alarm clock. It is about deciding the night before who you want to be the moment your eyes open. Your morning is not just a transition from sleep to action. It is the beginning of creation. It is the point where your mind is fresh, your energy is reset, and your brain is most receptive to change. Neuroscience shows us that the brain is most impressionable during the first few minutes after waking. This is when your subconscious is still active and your conscious mind hasn't fully taken over. That's your opening. That's the window where you can plant the seeds for the future you want to live. When you wake up without direction, your brain reverts to the familiar. It remembers your problems. It replays yesterday. It seeks comfort in routine, even if that routine keeps you stuck. The circuits fire in the same patterns. The chemicals of stress return, cortisol begins to rise. And if you're not careful, you're already living your past before you've taken your first conscious breath. But when you begin your day by choosing a clear intention, you interrupt that cycle. You tell your brain what to focus on. You instruct your body how to feel, and you signal to the field around you that you're stepping into the role of creator, not victim. Intention is powerful. It's not wishful thinking. It's not vague. It's a focused command sent from the mind to the body, an instruction to shift, an act of conscious alignment. The brain doesn't change until you teach it how to, and the body doesn't follow unless you lead it. The moment you open your eyes, you have a choice: continue being the person who reacts to life or become the one who creates it. The person who creates it begins by being aware of their thoughts, aware of their emotions, aware of their body. And from that awareness they choose. They don't just roll out of bed and reach for their phone. They sit up. They breathe. They remember their vision. They connect to the purpose that gives their day meaning. You are not your past. Your personality is not fixed. The science of neuroplasticity shows that your brain is constantly rewiring itself based on what you repeatedly think, feel, and do. That means if you change your morning, you can begin to change your mind. And if you change your mind, you begin to change your entire reality. But this doesn't happen by accident. It happens by setting a clear intention every single day. So how do you do this in practice? Begin the moment you wake up. Before any distractions enter your awareness, sit in silence, sit upright, close your eyes. Feel the space you're in. Tune into your breath, and then ask yourself one question: who do I want to be today? Don't answer that with your to-do list. That's not what this is about. This isn't about tasks. It's about identity. Maybe today you want to be calm. Maybe you want to be disciplined. Maybe you want to be courageous. Maybe you want to lead with love instead of fear. Choose one and hold it in your mind. Make it specific. Make it real. Your intention is a command to your nervous system. When you hold it clearly, your brain begins to align with it. Neurons that fire together, wire together. That's Hebb's law. So as you visualize this intention, as you feel it in your body, as you stay present with it, you are literally creating new neural networks that support it. And the more you repeat this each morning, the stronger those circuits become. You begin to live as that new version of yourself, not just in theory, but in biology. This is where transformation begins. Not in some massive event, not at a seminar, not during a moment of crisis. It begins right here in the quiet of your own space, when you decide that who you are becoming matters more than who you have been. Most people don't realize how much power they give away in the morning. They give it away to social media. They give it away to stress. They give it away to the past, but you can take it back. And you take it back by choosing a clear intention before the world pulls you in 10 different directions. Your brain loves patterns. It thrives on repetition. If you begin your day the same way every morning, with the same inner story, then you are hardwiring that version of yourself into your nervous system. But when you start your day with a conscious break from the familiar, you create space for something new. You tell your body that it no longer runs the show, that the mind is leading now. This is the essence of mind over matter. And it starts with something as simple as a decision, the decision to be present, to be deliberate, and to connect to a vision greater than your current circumstances. There will be resistance at first. Your body is addicted to your past. It will try to pull you back. It will want to move fast, to check things, to rush. That's the program running. Don't fight it. Just observe it, slow it down, breathe through it, and return to your intention. That single act builds awareness. And awareness is the beginning of all change. If you wake up and connect with your clear intention consistently, you begin to change your baseline state of being. You no longer wake up in survival. You wake up in creation. You no longer seek comfort. You seek expansion. You don't need something outside of you to make you feel good. You generate that feeling from within by aligning with a purpose greater than your ego's agenda. And the more you live from that space, the more you begin to notice that your life responds to it. We are energetic beings. We emit frequencies. The thoughts you think and the feelings you feel create your energetic signature. When you begin your morning connected to a clear intention, you shift that signature. You start broadcasting a different signal into the field. One of coherence, one of order, one of clarity. And when you live in that state long enough, reality begins to reflect it. You begin to attract situations, people and opportunities that match your inner state. That's not philosophy. That's physics. And it's measurable. So take your mornings seriously. They are the foundation of your transformation. They are your chance to rehearse a new future before the day takes shape. When you combine your intention with elevated emotion, gratitude, joy, empowerment, you begin to signal to your brain and body that the future you desire is already real. And your biology responds. Your heart rate stabilizes. Your stress hormones lower. Your brain waves shift. You move into a state of coherence, where your mind and body work together. In this state, your perception changes. You no longer react to life. You respond with purpose. You see possibilities instead of problems. You become more creative, more focused, more energized. This is not just a good habit. This is transformation in action. This is evolution by choice. This is the conscious design of your life. You don't need permission. You don't need perfect conditions. All you need is a willingness to start. And the best place to start is the moment you wake up, because how you begin your morning determines the energy you carry into your day, and the energy you carry shapes the outcomes you experience. Wake up early, sit in silence, set your intention, connect with the future you are building, and repeat it until it becomes your new baseline. That's how you begin to win the day. That's how you change your life from the inside out. Not by reacting, not by repeating the past, but by waking up, choosing your focus, and creating your future, one conscious morning at a time. Chapter 2. Breathe deeply to activate your calm, focused mind. Breathe deeply to activate your calm, focused mind. The first moment you wake up, your mind is often scattered, racing with the thoughts of yesterday, the uncertainties of today, or even the stress of the past. But before you engage in the hustle of your day, before the noise of life enters your consciousness, you have the ability to reset your entire nervous system with something as simple, yet as powerful, as your breath. Your breath is the bridge between your mind and body, between your thoughts and your emotions. It is the connector between your physical self and your mental state. And by simply learning how to breathe deeply and consciously, you can shift your body from a state of stress into a state of calm, from chaos into clarity. When you breathe deeply, you begin to change your state of being. You change the biochemical signals sent through your body. When you take slow, intentional breaths, your body begins to enter a state of relaxation, shifting from the sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight response, to the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest response. This is the state of balance that you need to access if you want to remain calm, focused, and present throughout the day. Science shows that breathing deeply activates the vagus nerve, which plays a crucial role in regulating the body's relaxation response. When you slow down your breathing and make it deeper, you stimulate this nerve, which in turn activates the parasympathetic nervous system. This reduces your heart rate, lowers blood pressure, and triggers a sense of calm. This is why deep breathing is such a powerful tool for regulating your emotional state. When your emotions are balanced, your thoughts become clearer. And when your thoughts are clearer, you are able to focus on what truly matters, instead of getting lost in the clutter of distractions. When you start your morning with deep breathing, you can essentially set the tone for the day. You are not starting from a place of chaos or overwhelm. Instead, you are grounded in the present moment. You are present with yourself. Your breath is your anchor, and it helps you stay connected to your body and mind in the most positive and focused way. Deep breathing does more than just calm your nervous system. It also improves your cognitive function and mental clarity. Studies have shown that deep breathing practices can enhance brain function by increasing oxygen levels in the brain, which improves concentration, memory, and decision-making. In other words, when you breathe deeply, you give your brain the oxygen it needs to perform at its best. This is why deep breathing isn't just a relaxation technique, it's a performance-enhancing tool that helps you operate at your highest potential. As you begin to breathe deeply and consciously, you may notice that your thoughts start to quiet down. This is because deep breathing helps you release tension and mental chatter. It's like hitting the reset button on your mind. With each inhale, you draw in new energy. With each exhale, you let go of the old, the stale, and the unnecessary. You clear away the mental clutter that no longer serves you. You are creating space for clarity, focus, and intentional thought. The more you practice deep breathing, the more you begin to establish a mental state of calm and focus. To practice deep breathing, it's important to be mindful of how you breathe. Often, we breathe shallowly, using only the upper part of our lungs. This kind of shallow breathing is associated with stress and anxiety, as it doesn't allow for full oxygenation of the body. But when you take deep, full breaths, you engage the diaphragm, allowing air to fill the lower part of your lungs. This activates the parasympathetic nervous system, signaling to your body that it is safe, calm, and ready to face the day. The practice of deep breathing starts with awareness. Begin by finding a comfortable position, whether seated or lying down, and bring your attention to your breath. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose, allowing the air to fill your lungs from the bottom up. As you inhale, imagine you are filling your body with fresh energy, light and calm. Hold the breath for a moment, and then slowly exhale through your mouth, releasing any tension, stress, or worry. As you exhale, visualize letting go of any mental or emotional clutter that might be in the way of your focus and clarity. As you continue this practice, try to extend the length of your inhales and exhales. Aim for a count of 4 as you breathe in, holding for a moment, and then exhaling for a count of 6. This longer exhale activates the parasympathetic nervous system even more, signaling to your body that it is time to relax. With each breath, you are slowing down your heart rate and calming your nervous system. You are reprogramming your body and mind to start the day from a place of calm and centeredness. Breathing deeply is not just about calming the body, it's also about training your mind. When you practice deep breathing, you are training your brain to focus on the present moment. Instead of allowing your mind to wander into the past or future, your focus remains anchored in your breath. This practice helps to strengthen your ability to concentrate and stay present, which is crucial for maintaining a calm and focused mind throughout the day. There is a profound connection between your mind and body, and deep breathing is the key to unlocking that connection. When you breathe deeply, you are not just oxygenating your body, you are activating your brain, aligning your thoughts, and setting the tone for your emotional state. You are preparing yourself to approach the day with clarity, focus, and intention. You are teaching your mind that calmness, presence, and focus are not just fleeting feelings, but a part of who you are. This ability to breathe deeply and calmly is not just about relaxation. It is about creating space for new possibilities. It's about unlocking your full potential. When you breathe deeply, you invite new energy and vitality into your life. You begin to see things with fresh eyes. You approach challenges with a sense of calm and certainty. You are no longer driven by stress or anxiety. Instead, you are guided by purpose and clarity. As you continue to practice deep breathing, you will notice that your ability to remain calm and focused becomes more effortless. It will become second nature to you. You will no longer need to consciously remind yourself to breathe deeply, because it will be embedded into your daily routine. The power of deep breathing is that it becomes a habit. It becomes a tool you can rely on at any moment throughout your day. Whether you are facing a stressful situation or simply need to refocus, deep breathing will always be available to you. When you take the time to breathe deeply in the morning, you set the stage for the rest of your day. You align your body, mind, and emotions with the present moment. You create a space of calmness and clarity that enables you to respond to whatever challenges come your way. You activate your brain for peak performance, ensuring that you stay focused, clear, and intentional in everything you do. So, as you begin your day, remember this simple yet powerful tool, your breath. Use it to center yourself. Use it to calm your nervous system. Use it to focus your mind. By taking just a few moments each morning to breathe deeply and consciously, you can completely shift your energy and set yourself up for a successful day. This practice will not only help you manage stress, but will also enhance your cognitive function, increase your focus, and allow you to approach each day with clarity and purpose. Breathe deeply and activate your calm, focused mind. Your breath is the gateway to your potential. It is the tool that can help you become the person you are meant to be. And as you practice it every day, you will find that the more calm and focused you become, the more empowered and capable you feel in every area of your life. The calm, focused mind you cultivate in the morning will carry you through your day, allowing you to win each moment and ultimately win your day. Chapter 3. Visualize your ideal day before doing anything else. The moment you wake up, your brain is in a highly impressionable state. It is no longer fully immersed in the dream world, yet it has not yet been hijacked by external stimuli. This brief window of consciousness presents you with a rare opportunity, a chance to direct the energy of your mind and body toward what you want to create. In these early moments of awareness, you are given a choice to unconsciously fall back into the emotions, memories, and reactions of yesterday, or to consciously design the experience you want to live today. The practice of visualization allows you to take control of this choice and deliberately instruct your brain, body, and energy on how you want your day to unfold. Visualization is not fantasy. It is the purposeful creation of neural patterns that reflect the reality you are choosing to build. When you visualize clearly and in detail, your brain does not know the difference between what is imagined and what is actually experienced. Neuroscience shows that when you mentally rehearse a scenario, your brain begins firing the same circuits as if the event were already taking place. This activates the same neural networks, primes the same emotional centers, and even begins producing the same chemicals in the body. In other words, by simply seeing your day in your mind before it begins, you can begin to condition your brain and body to act in alignment with that future. You don't need to wait for external conditions to change before you feel a certain way. You can generate those feelings now by intentionally imagining how you want your day to unfold. When you visualize your ideal day, you teach your body what to expect and how to respond. You give your mind a script. Instead of reacting to random circumstances, you begin to act from a place of inner alignment. You are no longer walking into your day blind. You are walking into it prepared, with clarity and direction. To begin this practice, close your eyes shortly after waking and settle into stillness. Allow the outer world to remain quiet and shift your attention inward. Begin to construct your ideal day in your mind, one step at a time. Start by imagining yourself getting out of bed with a sense of purpose and peace. See yourself moving through your morning activities with presence and calm. Visualize your interactions with others being positive, productive, and respectful. See yourself moving through your work with confidence and focus. Feel yourself handling challenges with strength and grace. Imagine your body energized, your thoughts organized, your emotions balanced. The more specific you make this mental imagery, the more effective it becomes. Include the fine details: what you're wearing, where you are, what you're doing, and how it feels. Don't just see yourself speaking clearly and acting confidently. Feel the sensations associated with those behaviors. Bring the image to life with emotional intensity. Feel the pride, joy, clarity, or excitement of living your ideal day. These feelings are not secondary. They are the signal that your body is aligning with your vision. The stronger the emotion you can generate, the more real your visualization becomes to your brain and body. This mental rehearsal not only prepares you for the day ahead, but also sets the tone for your emotional state. Instead of waiting to feel good when something positive happens, you take the initiative and generate that emotional state first. You are teaching your body to feel ahead of the experience, and when your body begins to feel that your vision is already happening, you begin to move in alignment with it. You walk into your day with a sense of familiarity, as if your future is unfolding exactly as you imagined. Research in the field of psychoneuroimmunology shows that thoughts and emotions directly affect the immune system, hormonal balance, and even gene expression. Visualization is one of the most effective tools for changing the internal environment of your body to support healing, vitality, and resilience. When you see yourself thriving, succeeding, and overcoming, you begin to create the physiological conditions necessary to live that experience. This isn't about controlling every detail of your day. Life is unpredictable, and there will always be elements outside your control. But when you take a few moments each morning to visualize your ideal day, you build a mental and emotional blueprint that helps you stay grounded and intentional, no matter what arises. It allows you to respond with clarity instead of react with confusion. You may not control every event, but you can control the energy you bring to those events, and that energy is shaped by the vision you hold in your mind. The practice becomes even more powerful when repeated consistently. The more you visualize your ideal day, the more your brain becomes familiar with that version of reality. Over time, the neural pathways associated with stress, doubt, or disorganization begin to fade, while new circuits associated with clarity, focus, and positivity become stronger. This is neuroplasticity in action, the brain's ability to rewire itself based on experience and intention. You are not just thinking differently, you are becoming different. When you visualize your day before it begins, you no longer enter your morning feeling overwhelmed or scattered. Instead, you step into it with a sense of knowing. You know who you are, you know what you want, you know how you intend to show up. This inner certainty gives you a sense of control in a world that is constantly shifting. It gives you the ability to shape your life from the inside out. You don't need to spend hours on this practice. Even 5 to 10 minutes each morning can create a significant shift in your energy and mindset. What matters most is the level of clarity and emotion you bring to the vision. The more real it feels, the more your body believes it's already happening, and when your body believes it's happening, it begins to act accordingly. You start speaking, behaving, and responding as the version of yourself who is living that ideal day. It's important to understand that visualization is not wishful thinking. It's not about pretending or avoiding reality. It is about consciously creating your internal state so that you are better equipped to influence your external reality. You are not escaping your life, you are designing it. You are choosing to begin your day with intention rather than letting circumstances dictate your experience. Visualization also sharpens your focus. When you've already mentally walked through your day, you are less likely to be thrown off by unexpected events. You've rehearsed success, calm, and clarity so thoroughly that it becomes your default state. You don't need to think twice. You've already seen it, felt it, and lived it in your mind. This gives you a tremendous advantage in situations that require quick thinking, emotional control, or high performance. Beyond productivity, visualization connects you to a deeper sense of purpose. When you create a vision of your day, you remind yourself why you are doing what you're doing. You bring meaning back into your actions. You are not just going through the motions, you are aligning with a greater vision of your life. And that alignment creates coherence in your energy. When your thoughts, feelings, and actions are in harmony, you begin to experience flow. Things start to click. Opportunities arise, solutions appear, not by accident, but because you are tuned into the frequency of your desired reality. If you want to see meaningful change in your life, it starts by being intentional with how you begin your day. Visualization is the compass that keeps you on course. It is the internal map that guides your decisions, behaviors, and focus. Without it, you may drift aimlessly, reacting to life as it comes, but with it you move with direction. You live on purpose. You respond from your highest self. As this practice becomes part of your morning, you will notice subtle but profound changes. You'll find yourself making better choices, setting stronger boundaries, speaking more clearly, and staying more emotionally balanced. These shifts are not random. They are the direct result of the internal programming you've established each morning through visualization. You are no longer operating from old patterns. You are creating new ones. Each time you visualize, you are planting a seed. And the more you nurture that seed with intention and repetition, the more it begins to grow in your lived reality. Your external world is a reflection of your internal state. When you start the day with a clear and empowered vision, your actions follow that clarity. Your results begin to match your intention, and your life begins to evolve in the direction of your vision. Take the time each morning to see your day before it unfolds. Choose to become the architect of your experience. Let your thoughts create the emotional energy that powers your actions. And step into your day not as a passive observer, but as an active creator, focused, aligned, and ready. Chapter 4. Practice gratitude to shift your emotional state fast. Gratitude is one of the most powerful emotions we can experience, and yet it is often underestimated. It's a feeling that not only shifts your emotional state, but also transforms your entire approach to life. In the fast-paced, often chaotic nature of our daily lives, it's easy to become caught up in what we don't have, what isn't working, or what's missing. However, gratitude pulls us out of that mindset and places us firmly into a space of abundance, appreciation, and positivity. When you practice gratitude, you rewire your brain to focus on what's going well, what's already in your life, and what you can be thankful for. This shift doesn't just change how you feel, it changes how you experience the world. When you wake up in the morning, your mind may initially gravitate toward thoughts of stress, worry, or uncertainty. The mind, by nature, tends to focus on what's not right, what needs fixing, and what's left undone. These thoughts, if left unchecked, can quickly spiral into negative emotions. But by consciously shifting your focus to gratitude, you have the power to alter your emotional state almost instantly. It's like flipping a switch. When you choose gratitude, you choose a higher emotional frequency. You choose to start your day in a state of appreciation rather than anticipation of problems. It's scientifically proven that practicing gratitude has profound effects on both the mind and body. Research shows that when we express gratitude, our brains release dopamine and serotonin, the feel-good neurotransmitters that elevate our mood. In fact, gratitude has been linked to improved psychological health, stronger relationships, better sleep, and a more optimistic outlook on life. It's a simple yet profoundly effective practice that can change your emotional chemistry. When you focus on what you're grateful for, you begin to feel better almost immediately, because your brain is no longer fixated on negativity. Instead, it's focused on all that's going well in your life. However, gratitude is not something that just happens by accident. It's a practice. It requires intention. It requires mindfulness. You must actively cultivate it, especially when it feels like everything is going wrong. The truth is, even in the midst of challenges, there is always something to be grateful for. You may need to dig a little deeper to find it, but it's there. You may be thankful for your health, your family, the warmth of the sun, the comfort of your home, or even a simple moment of peace. These small things add up, and when you acknowledge them, they have the power to shift your entire perspective. To practice gratitude in the morning, take a few moments as soon as you wake up to reflect on the things you're thankful for. You can start with the basics: your breath, your body, the fact that you woke up to a new day. You can move on to the bigger things: your relationships, your work, your personal growth. But whatever you focus on, do so with genuine appreciation. It's not just about listing things, it's about truly feeling the emotion of gratitude. When you feel gratitude, your body responds by releasing tension. Your heart opens, your mind becomes clearer, your emotions stabilize. Gratitude doesn't just shift your thoughts, it shifts your energy. The beauty of gratitude is that it doesn't require a perfect situation to work. In fact, it's most powerful when used in moments of challenge or adversity. The act of focusing on what you're grateful for, despite external circumstances, is a reminder that you are in control of your emotional state. It's a reminder that no matter what is happening around you, you can always choose how you respond. When you practice gratitude, you choose to live from a place of abundance rather than lack. You choose to see the world through a lens of appreciation rather than disappointment. This shift in perspective can drastically change the course of your day. Gratitude is also contagious. When you begin your day by focusing on the good in your life, you set a positive tone for the rest of the day. People around you will feel your positive energy, and it will inspire them to practice gratitude as well. Your gratitude can ripple out into the world, creating a chain reaction of positivity. Imagine how much more fulfilling your interactions would be if both you and those around you were constantly looking for things to appreciate. As you practice gratitude regularly, you'll begin to notice that your default mindset shifts. Instead of getting caught up in complaints or negative thinking, you'll find yourself naturally focusing on the good. You'll start to notice the small, everyday moments that you previously took for granted. You'll begin to see the blessings in your life that were always there, but perhaps went unnoticed. And as this shift happens, you'll find that you attract more positive experiences into your life. Gratitude doesn't just change your mood, it changes your reality. There are different ways to incorporate gratitude into your daily routine. One of the simplest methods is to keep a gratitude journal. Each morning or evening, write down 3 things you're thankful for. They can be big or small, but the key is to write them down with intention and gratitude. This simple act of writing helps to anchor the emotion of gratitude in your body and mind. Over time, you'll begin to see patterns emerge in what you're grateful for, and you'll realize just how much you have to be thankful for. Another powerful practice is to speak your gratitude aloud. As soon as you wake up, say out loud what you're grateful for. You can do this while you're in bed, during your morning routine, or as you sit down for breakfast. Saying your gratitude aloud strengthens your emotional connection to it. When you speak words of appreciation, you increase the vibrational frequency of those words, and that energy resonates with you and the people around you. You can also combine gratitude with visualization. After taking a few moments to reflect on what you're grateful for, close your eyes and visualize your day unfolding in the best possible way. Imagine yourself moving through your day with ease, accomplishing your tasks, interacting with others with kindness, and feeling a deep sense of satisfaction. Feel the gratitude for the opportunities you have and the people who support you. This combination of gratitude and visualization amplifies the power of both practices and sets the stage for a successful and fulfilling day. One of the greatest benefits of gratitude is that it puts you in the present moment. Gratitude forces you to focus on what's here and now, rather than what's missing or what could be. It pulls you out of future anxieties and past regrets and anchors you firmly in the present. This is where all the power lies. When you're present, you can make conscious choices, respond to challenges with clarity, and fully experience the richness of your life. Gratitude connects you to the present moment in a way that few other practices can. In addition to enhancing your emotional state, gratitude also has a profound impact on your physical well-being. Studies show that people who practice gratitude regularly experience better sleep, reduced stress levels, lower blood pressure, and a stronger immune system. Gratitude has a physiological effect on the body. It reduces the production of stress hormones and increases the release of feel-good chemicals like dopamine and serotonin. By practicing gratitude, you're not only improving your emotional health, but also your physical health. You're creating a positive feedback loop that strengthens both your mind and body. Gratitude also nurtures resilience. Life will always present challenges, but when you practice gratitude, you develop a stronger inner foundation. You begin to see obstacles as opportunities for growth. You understand that even in times of difficulty, there is always something to be grateful for. This mindset shift helps you weather storms with greater ease and composure. Instead of feeling defeated by setbacks, you respond with gratitude for the lessons they bring and the strength they help you build. When you integrate gratitude into your life, you'll start to notice a transformation in your overall outlook. No longer will you be consumed by negativity or fear. Instead, you will see possibilities, abundance, and opportunities everywhere. Gratitude has the power to change not just how you feel, but how you live. It has the power to shift your energy, attract positivity, and create a life of abundance. The more you practice gratitude, the more it becomes a natural part of your emotional makeup. It will become your go-to response in any situation. In the morning, you'll wake up feeling grateful for the new day. In the middle of your day, when challenges arise, you'll respond with gratitude for the lessons and growth they provide. And at night, as you reflect on your day, you'll find even more things to be thankful for. Gratitude becomes a way of life, a habit that shapes your thoughts, actions, and interactions. As you move forward, remember that gratitude is not a one-time practice, it's a way of being. It's a conscious choice you make every day. It's a lens through which you see the world. And when you choose gratitude, you unlock the power to transform your emotional state, your mindset, and your life. By practicing gratitude, you shift your energy, elevate your mood, and enhance your overall well-being. It's one of the simplest, most effective tools for creating lasting change. And the best part is that you don't need anything external to practice gratitude. It's always available to you right here, right now. Start each day with gratitude and watch how your life begins to change for the better.
Chapter 5. Meditate daily to rewire your brain for success. Meditation is not a luxury. It's a necessity for anyone serious about mastering their mind and creating success that starts from within. Every day your brain is bombarded with noise, external distractions, internal worries, mental clutter that makes it harder to think clearly or stay focused. Without a practice that resets and refines your attention, your energy becomes scattered. You chase outcomes without understanding yourself. You work hard without clarity. You act without awareness. That's the trap. But there is a way out, and it begins by sitting still,
turning inward and learning to listen, not to the chaos of the world, but to the silence within you. Most people think meditation is about escaping reality. It's not. It's about meeting reality head-on with a calm, centered presence. It's about rewiring your brain to respond, not react. It's about conditioning your inner world so that nothing on the outside can unbalance you. You don't meditate to become peaceful while meditating. You do it so that when your day gets tough, your mind doesn't crumble. You do it so that when life throws pressure, setbacks or conflict at you, you remain anchored in strength. You meditate to train your mind the way an athlete trains their body, consistently, deliberately, and with a vision of becoming stronger. The modern world glorifies busyness. It rewards hustle, but what it often forgets is that clarity is more powerful than noise. A clear mind makes better decisions. A calm mind sees the truth. A focused mind executes with precision. Meditation sharpens all of that. It's not about sitting cross-legged and zoning out. It's about sharpening the knife that cuts through your day. When you commit to this practice, you slowly start building a new baseline of mental stability. You wake up with less stress. You notice your thoughts without becoming them. You step into your day from a place of control, not confusion. You don't need to meditate for hours to get results. 10 minutes can change the tone of your entire morning. 20 minutes can break through layers of emotional resistance. The key is consistency. Success doesn't come from what you do occasionally. It comes from what you do every day. And if you can commit to showing up for yourself in silence, even when you don't feel like it, you are already rewriting the script of your life. Most people never learn to sit with their own mind. They distract themselves. They run from discomfort. They seek stimulation. But when you choose stillness, you choose strength. There's science behind this too. Neuroscientists have shown that meditation physically changes the brain. It thickens the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for decision-making, attention, and self-control. It reduces the size of the amygdala, the part of the brain involved in fear and emotional reactivity. It increases gray matter in regions linked to memory, learning, and emotional regulation. You are literally reshaping your brain through daily meditation. You're not just thinking differently, you are becoming different at a biological level. That's the power of this practice. It's transformation from the inside out. What's more powerful than motivation is discipline. And meditation teaches you discipline in a quiet, profound way. Every time you sit down and observe your breath, your thoughts, your sensations, you are training your will. You are strengthening the part of you that stays committed even when it's uncomfortable. You are practicing presence over distraction, awareness over impulse. Over time, that training spills into every area of life. You become more patient in conversations. You handle pressure with grace. You approach problems with clarity. That's not a coincidence. That's the work you've done in silence showing up in real life. People often say they don't have time to meditate, but the truth is, meditation gives you back time. It sharpens your focus so you work faster. It improves your energy so you don't waste hours in mental fatigue. It enhances your awareness so you stop making the same mistakes. The real cost is not the 10 or 20 minutes you invest in meditation. The real cost is going through your day without it. Distracted, reactive, unfocused. Success is not just about doing more. It's about being more effective with less effort. Meditation unlocks that efficiency. It's the reset button your brain needs daily. When you meditate regularly, you develop a deeper relationship with your inner world. You learn to observe your thoughts without attaching to them. You learn to feel emotions without being ruled by them. You start to understand that you are not your thoughts, you are the awareness behind them. That insight alone can change the trajectory of your life. Because when you realize that thoughts are just passing clouds, not absolute truths, you stop being their prisoner. You start choosing which thoughts to follow, which emotions to feed, which narratives to believe. That's real freedom. That's the kind of power that leads to inner success. The deeper you go into meditation, the more layers you peel back. You start to see the habits, the fears, the stories you've been carrying unconsciously. And instead of being overwhelmed by them, you start to release them. You let go of the mental baggage that's been weighing you down. You create space for new possibilities. You build resilience, not by escaping struggle, but by strengthening your response to it. Meditation doesn't make life easier, it makes you stronger, clearer, and more capable of handling life. That's the kind of success that lasts. There's a moment in every meditation session when your mind will want to quit. It will tell you it's bored, that nothing's happening, that it's not working. But if you push past that resistance, something shifts. You enter a deeper level of stillness. You touch a place of clarity that's always been there, hidden beneath the noise. That's where the real transformation begins, not in comfort, but in the discipline to sit with discomfort and observe it without judgment. When you build that muscle, you become unshakable. Think of your mind as a garden. If you don't tend to it daily, weeds grow. Negative thoughts, anxious loops, emotional reactivity, all of it takes root when you neglect the mind. But meditation is your daily maintenance. It's pulling out the weeds, watering the flowers, creating order. And with enough time, that garden becomes a place of strength, clarity, and beauty. You don't do this work for immediate rewards. You do it because over time it changes everything: your decisions, your habits, your attitude, your results. One of the most overlooked benefits of meditation is that it teaches you how to pause. In a world obsessed with constant motion, the ability to pause is a superpower. Before you react, you pause. Before you speak, you pause. Before you judge, you pause. That moment of pause is where wisdom lives. It's where you access your higher self instead of your conditioned self. It's where you choose alignment over impulsiveness. Meditation trains that pause into you so deeply that it becomes automatic. And from that pause, better choices arise. You won't always notice the benefits of meditation right away. Some days it will feel like nothing is changing, but just like physical training, the real growth is happening beneath the surface. With every session, you're rewiring neural pathways, calming your nervous system, and building emotional strength. The results compound, they build momentum. And then one day, you respond to a situation that used to trigger you, and you stay calm. You face a challenge that would have overwhelmed you, and you move through it with clarity. That's how you know the meditation is working. It's showing up in the life you're building. You are not meditating for the sake of sitting still. You're doing it so that when the storms of life hit, you don't lose yourself. You're doing it so that when everyone else is distracted, you remain centered. You're doing it to stay aligned with your purpose in a world full of noise. Meditation is not about becoming someone new. It's about returning to who you truly are beneath the chaos. And that version of you is powerful, focused, and unstoppable. When you sit in silence, you're not wasting time, you're reclaiming it. You're not being passive, you're actively training the most important part of your life. Your mind. Everything you do, achieve, create, or experience starts with your mindset. And if your mind is not sharp, stable, and focused, you will always be chasing success rather than living it. Meditation is the foundation that supports every other habit,
every goal, every dream. Without it, your efforts are scattered. With it, your energy is directed, clear, laser-focused. Success doesn't begin when you get that promotion, close that deal, or hit that milestone. It begins when you wake up, sit in silence, and command your mind. It begins when you decide to be the master of your inner world, not a slave to external noise. And that choice made daily is what builds momentum. It's what creates alignment. It's what unlocks lasting transformation. The people who win in life are not just the ones who work the hardest. They are the ones who think the clearest, respond the calmest, and lead themselves from within. And all of that begins with a daily meditation practice. So if you're serious about growth, if you're committed to becoming the best version of yourself, don't skip this. Show up for your mind like your future depends on it, because it does.
Chapter 6. Tune into your heart to raise your energy now. Tuning into your heart is not a poetic idea. It's a precise decision that immediately changes your energy. Your heart holds the power to shift your state faster than your mind ever could. When you bring your awareness to that space in your chest and feel instead of think, you access a deeper intelligence that's been buried under the noise. Most people move through life disconnected from themselves. They rely entirely on logic and overthinking, unaware that the answers they're searching for are already alive in the quiet wisdom of their heart. They chase solutions outside themselves when what they truly need is a moment of stillness and attention within. When you feel drained, stuck, or low on energy, it's usually because you've become too focused on what's wrong. You've narrowed your awareness to fear, frustration, or lack. That focus contracts your energy. It pulls you inward in the wrong way. Your chest tightens, your breath becomes shallow, and your mind loops in the same negative direction. But the moment you bring your attention to your heart, everything begins to open. There's a shift in the quality of your presence. You remember how to feel again. And that feeling, if you stay with it, starts raising your energy immediately. Your heart isn't just an organ pumping blood. It's an energetic center with its own intelligence. Science has shown that the heart sends more information to the brain than the brain sends to the heart. That means when you tune into it, you're accessing guidance that isn't filtered through fear or over-analysis. You're listening to what's true for you, beneath the noise. The moment you connect to your heart, your energy rises because your awareness expands. You stop reacting from habit and start acting from alignment. And when you live from that alignment, everything changes. Your decisions, your focus, your mood, your results. You don't need a ritual or special setting to tap into your heart. You just need presence. You can do it right now. Close your eyes, take a slow breath, shift your focus from your head to your chest. Feel the space behind your sternum. Breathe into it as if that space is alive. Now ask yourself, what would my heart want me to know right now? Don't try to answer with words. Just listen. Let the feeling speak. It might be a sense of peace, or a nudge of clarity, or an urge to let something go. Trust it. That's your deeper self speaking up after being ignored for too long. We live in a world that prioritizes speed, intellect, and external validation. But the heart speaks in stillness, through emotion, through intuition. When you learn to tune into it, you start to lead yourself differently. You stop chasing things that don't resonate. You begin choosing what nourishes you, even if it doesn't make logical sense. The more you live from your heart, the more energy you reclaim because you're no longer wasting it trying to be someone you're not. You're no longer spending your days disconnected from your truth. There's a reason people who live with passion, purpose, and love seem to have more energy than everyone else. They're not running on adrenaline. They're fueled by alignment. Their actions, thoughts, and intentions are congruent with who they really are. That kind of congruence generates power. It doesn't drain you, it strengthens you. And that's what tuning into your heart does. It reconnects your internal system. It puts your mind, emotions, and body on the same page. And when that happens, your energy rises, not artificially but authentically. You can't force energy, but you can create the conditions for it to rise. One of those conditions is emotional honesty. When you suppress how you really feel, you block your energy. You disconnect from your heart. But when you acknowledge your emotions, whether it's joy, sadness, fear, or gratitude, you allow energy to move again. You allow yourself to be human. And in that humanity there's power. Because power doesn't come from pretending to be perfect. It comes from being real. The heart always rewards honesty. It opens when you stop running and start feeling. Most people look for energy through stimulation. They reach for caffeine, sugar, drama, distractions, anything that gives them a hit of intensity. But that kind of energy crashes quickly. It's not sustainable. Real energy comes from coherence, not chaos. And coherence begins in the heart. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions are aligned with your values, your nervous system calms, your breathing deepens, your body stops fighting itself. That state of internal harmony is where your highest energy lives. And you access it not by trying harder, but by listening deeper. One of the fastest ways to raise your energy is to shift from fear to appreciation. Fear contracts the heart. Appreciation expands it. When you focus on what's working, on what's beautiful, on what's meaningful, your energy rises without effort. It's not a trick, it's a truth. The heart responds to focus. When you focus on love, it opens. When you focus on gratitude, it glows. And when your heart is open and glowing, your entire system lights up. Your voice changes. Your posture changes. Your thoughts become clearer. You become magnetic. Living from your heart doesn't mean avoiding pain or pretending everything's perfect. It means staying connected to yourself even in the middle of difficulty. It means choosing love over fear in small moments. It means pausing when you want to react and asking, what would my heart do here? That pause, that question, is where power lives. It's where you shift from unconscious habits to conscious creation. And the more you practice it, the more natural it becomes. You start living from the inside out instead of reacting from the outside in. Sometimes your heart will guide you toward things that scare you. That's not a sign to back away. It's a sign to move forward with courage. Because what scares you most is often what frees you most. Your heart knows the difference between danger and growth. It doesn't operate from fear. It speaks from truth. And the truth will always raise your energy, even if it's uncomfortable at first. That's the paradox. By leaning into what's real, you access a strength you didn't know you had. You can train yourself to live from your heart just like you train a muscle. Every day, take time to check in. Close your eyes. Feel the beat in your chest. Ask what matters. Ask what feels right. Ask what you've been ignoring. Don't rush it. Let the answers come as feelings, not thoughts. Let your body speak before your mind interprets. Over time, that practice becomes a habit, and that habit becomes a lifestyle. A lifestyle where your energy doesn't come from what happens to you, but from how you relate to it. When you're tuned into your heart, even your challenges become fuel. You stop seeing problems as something to fix and start seeing them as invitations to grow. You begin responding to life instead of resisting it.
And that response, when guided by the heart, is always rooted in clarity, compassion and courage. That's the kind of energy the world needs more of. That's the kind of energy that lifts others up. That's the kind of energy that builds legacies. You don't need to be in a perfect place to tune into your heart. You can be tired, uncertain, or afraid. The heart doesn't judge you. It welcomes you. It's always ready to receive you, if you're willing to listen, and the moment you listen, your energy shifts. Not because you solved everything, but because you reconnected with what matters. That connection gives you strength. It gives you peace. It gives you the will to keep going, not from force but from love. Your energy is not just about what you do, it's about how you do it. And how you do anything changes when you do it from the heart. You show up more fully, you give more freely, you speak more honestly, you lead with presence. That presence is contagious. It inspires, it heals, it transforms rooms, relationships and realities. But it has to start within. You can't give what you don't cultivate. So tune into your heart, not someday. Not when things settle, now, right now. Because the version of you that leads from that space is already inside you, waiting to be lived.
Chapter 7. Set one powerful goal to guide your morning. Every morning is a blank page, and what you write on it sets the tone for everything that follows. Before the noise of the world enters your mind, before you scroll, answer emails, or react to the outside, you have an opportunity to direct your energy with intention. This is where a single powerful goal becomes your anchor. One clear, purposeful aim can cut through the fog of indecision, eliminate distractions, and activate a deep sense of direction inside you. It doesn't need to be a massive, life-altering goal. It just needs to be true. It needs to come from the part of you that's tired of drifting, tired of reacting, and ready to own the day with precision. There's something deeply energizing about having clarity. You stop wasting mental bandwidth on what-ifs and start moving forward with purpose. But that clarity doesn't arrive by accident. It's something you generate. And the best time to do that is in the stillness of the morning, when your mind hasn't yet been pulled into the chaos of tasks and obligations. That's when your mind is most receptive. That's when your subconscious is listening. And that's when a powerful goal has the greatest impact. When you begin your day knowing exactly what matters most, your brain naturally filters out the noise. It becomes easier to say no to distractions because you already know what you've said yes to. This practice is not about having a to-do list with 10 different actions. It's about alignment. It's about locking your energy onto one meaningful outcome and then allowing that focus to shape your decisions. Most people try to do everything and end up achieving nothing significant. But when you start your morning by setting a single intention, you simplify your internal world. You stop chasing scattered efforts and start building momentum in one direction. And momentum is powerful. Momentum doesn't just get things done, it changes your self-image. When you see yourself following through on what you said you'd do, even one goal at a time, you start to believe in your own capacity again. This isn't about perfection. Some days your goal will be bold, other days it might be more subtle, but the power is in the act of choosing. Every morning that you wake up and consciously decide what your day will stand for, you're reclaiming your agency. You're no longer living on autopilot. You're no longer letting circumstances dictate your mood or your progress. You've taken back control, not in a rigid way, but in a focused, grounded way. The most successful people in the world aren't necessarily smarter than others. They're just more intentional with their energy. They don't wake up and wonder what to do. They already know what matters. Your goal can be anything. It could be writing a chapter, making a difficult phone call, completing a workout, deepening a relationship, or simply staying calm under pressure. The content of the goal is personal. What matters is that it means something to you, that it challenges you in the right direction, that it moves you closer to the person you want to become. The goal should stretch you slightly. It should require attention, effort, and honesty. It should make you sit up a little straighter and breathe a little deeper. It should activate something in you, a drive, a hunger, a commitment. Too many people skip this moment in the morning. They jump into their day without checking in. They rush into tasks without asking what the day should actually serve. As a result, their energy gets pulled in every direction. They spend hours being busy but not fulfilled, productive but not aligned. The fix is simple but powerful. Pause, breathe, and set a goal. One goal, one mission for the day. Something that if you accomplish, you will feel grounded, proud, and at peace. And once it's set, you return to it throughout the day. You use it as a compass. When distractions show up, you ask, does this move me closer to my goal or further away? That question alone can save you days, even weeks, of wasted effort. This habit, done consistently, creates identity-level change. Because every morning you decide what matters, and every day you act on that decision, you strengthen your self-respect. You build inner trust. You start to feel like someone who follows through. And that feeling spills into everything. It makes your presence more certain. It makes your decisions sharper. It makes your life feel like it's yours again. You're no longer just reacting to life, you're steering it. That shift is subtle at first, but profound over time. The best part is, this doesn't take long. You don't need to journal for an hour or meditate for half the morning. You just need a few minutes of silence and honesty. Ask yourself, what's the one thing that would make today meaningful? What's the one action I can take that aligns with who I want to become? Let the answer rise. Don't force it. You already know. It's inside you. And once you hear it, write it down. Speak it out loud. Lock it into your consciousness. That small act solidifies the commitment. It turns a thought into a vow. You will be tested throughout the day. You will feel the pull of comfort, procrastination, and fear. That's normal. That's part of the path. But when you've set a clear goal in the morning, you're not walking blindly. You're walking with purpose. And that purpose gives you strength. It gives you a reason to push through the noise, to return to the mission, to not let a moment of weakness define your entire day. The one goal becomes your reset button. If you get off track, you simply remember, what did I commit to this morning? And then you return to it, again and again until it's done. This practice also rewires your brain. Every time you follow through on your daily goal, you're strengthening your executive function. You're building neural patterns of focus, discipline, and resilience. Your brain starts to crave that feeling of completion. It starts to prioritize what matters. Over time, your goals become more ambitious, not because you're forcing them, but because your capacity has expanded. You've proven to yourself that you can handle more. You've developed the muscle of intention, and that muscle, once activated, becomes the foundation of all lasting success. Don't underestimate the simplicity of this. One goal might seem small, but small hinges swing big doors. The goal you set in the morning could be the catalyst for a major shift in your life. It could spark a new habit, a new project, a new standard. It could lead to conversations, opportunities, or breakthroughs that would never happen if you stayed in reaction mode. One intentional action can change your trajectory, and that action begins with a decision. What matters most today? You don't need to have your entire life figured out. You just need to win the morning. If you win the morning, you win the day. And if you stack enough winning days, your entire life begins to shift. You start seeing evidence of your power. You start trusting yourself in moments where you used to doubt. You start living like someone who means what they say. That level of integrity is rare, and that's why it's magnetic. People feel it when you're aligned. They feel it in your tone, your walk, your presence, and it all begins with one choice, made before anything else. If you've ever felt scattered, distracted, or emotionally heavy in the morning, this practice is your way out. Not through avoidance, but through focus. Focus heals confusion. Focus sharpens your instincts. Focus grounds your emotions. And the most powerful form of focus is a single goal, chosen on purpose. So give yourself that gift. Every morning, without exception, let your first act of the day be a declaration of who you are and what you're here to do. And then live that declaration. Not perfectly, but fully. Your life will not be defined by the number of tasks you complete, but by the depth of purpose behind your actions. So wake up with intention. Start your day with clarity. Set one powerful goal that reflects your values, your ambition, and your truth. Let that goal lead you. Let it shape how you move, speak, and decide. Because when your morning begins with purpose, your day becomes a reflection of that power. And when enough days reflect that power, your entire life transforms.
Chapter 8. Speak only empowering words to program your future. The words you speak are far more than simple sounds that leave your mouth. They are the architects of your reality, the creators of your inner world, and the builders of your future. Every time you utter a word, you are either reinforcing or reshaping your beliefs, your self-image, and your destiny. When you choose to speak only empowering words, you align yourself with a higher version of who you want to be, and you invite that version into your life. Language has power beyond what we often acknowledge. We are constantly telling ourselves stories, whether consciously or unconsciously, and these stories determine our actions, behaviors, and outcomes. What we speak to others and to ourselves sets the stage for everything that follows. So many people underestimate the weight of their own words. They use language carelessly, not realizing that each negative word, each self-critical thought, each moment of doubt can be silently reinforcing a life they don't want. But the good news is that the opposite is also true. If you begin to speak only empowering words, you immediately start to shift the trajectory of your life. The words you speak can propel you toward your goals, they can uplift others, and most importantly, they can elevate your own belief in what is possible. The shift doesn't need to be grand or sudden. It begins with small, consistent changes in how you speak. When you speak with empowerment, you are reaffirming your worth, your strength, and your potential. You're not just talking, you're programming your subconscious mind to see possibility instead of limitation. You're reinforcing the idea that you are capable, worthy, and resilient. Your words become the tools you use to build a positive, unshakable mindset that supports everything you do. The words you use in conversation with others, as well as the language you use when you talk to yourself, both shape your reality. If your internal dialogue is filled with negativity, self-doubt, and criticism, that's exactly the mindset you're reinforcing. On the other hand, when you consciously choose to speak words that empower and uplift, you change the lens through which you see yourself and the world around you. Every empowering word becomes like a brushstroke on the canvas of your future. Slowly, over time, you begin to see a masterpiece taking shape, a life built on strength, confidence, and clarity. Start with the way you speak to yourself.
If your internal dialogue is filled with "I can't," "I'm not good enough," or "this is impossible," then it's time to rewrite that script. The thoughts you have about yourself create a foundation, and if that foundation is weak or built on self-doubt, your actions will reflect that. But when you consciously choose to speak words like, "I am capable," "I have everything I need to succeed," or "I am worthy of my dreams," you are rewriting the narrative. You are telling yourself a new story, one where you are strong, resilient, and able to face any challenge that comes your way. This change doesn't happen overnight, but with consistent practice, the effects are profound. When you start speaking empowering words to yourself, you begin to see a shift in your thoughts, in your actions, and in your overall mindset. Your self-esteem begins to rise, your confidence grows, and you start making decisions that reflect your new belief in yourself. You move forward with purpose, knowing that you are the creator of your own future. But it's not just about speaking empowering words to yourself, it's also about how you communicate with others. Your words have the power to either uplift or tear down, and the impact they have on others can ripple out and come back to you in unexpected ways. When you choose to speak with kindness, encouragement, and positivity, you are not only helping to elevate those around you, but you are also reinforcing your own sense of empowerment. It's impossible to speak words of empowerment without feeling empowered yourself. The act of uplifting others, of speaking life into them, strengthens your own belief in the power of words. It's important to recognize that empowering language doesn't mean being inauthentic or overly positive in a superficial way. It doesn't mean ignoring challenges or pretending that everything is always going well. Empowering words are rooted in truth. They acknowledge the obstacles, the struggles, and the pain, but they choose to focus on the strength, resilience, and possibility that exists within those challenges. Empowering words acknowledge that setbacks are temporary, that failures are opportunities for growth, and that no matter what happens, you are capable of handling it. When you speak empowering words, you shift your mindset from one of scarcity to one of abundance. You begin to see the world as a place filled with opportunities, not obstacles. You stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstance and start seeing yourself as the creator of your own destiny. The words you speak become the map that guides you to your goals, helping you stay focused and aligned even when things get difficult. The truth is, the words you speak shape your emotional state as well. Words are not just thoughts, they are energy. When you speak words of gratitude, positivity, and empowerment, you literally raise your vibrational frequency. You start to attract more positive experiences into your life because you are aligning with a higher frequency. On the other hand, when you speak words of frustration, fear, or negativity, you lower your vibrational frequency and begin to attract more of the same. Think about it. How do you feel when someone speaks words of encouragement and kindness to you? You feel energized, uplifted, and motivated. You feel like anything is possible. Now imagine how you would feel if you consistently spoke those same words to yourself and to others. You would start to feel that same energy every day, an energy that propels you forward, fuels your dreams, and gives you the courage to take bold action. Empowering language is also about the future you are creating. The words you speak today are planting the seeds for tomorrow's success. If you are constantly speaking about what you lack, what you can't do, or what you're afraid of, you are reinforcing a future filled with limitation. But when you speak words of possibility, opportunity, and determination, you are planting the seeds for a future filled with success, fulfillment, and growth. The key is consistency. You can't speak empowering words for a day or two and expect massive change. But when you commit to speaking empowering words every day, you start to see the shift. You start to see the changes in how you feel, how you think, and how you act. The words you speak today shape your life tomorrow. So it's important to speak them with intention. Every sentence you speak, whether to yourself or to others, is an opportunity to either affirm your power or reinforce your limitations. When you speak only empowering words, you are creating a future where success is inevitable, where growth is continuous, and where you are constantly evolving into the person you were meant to be. Remember that words are not just a reflection of your thoughts, they are the creators of your reality. When you speak empowering words, you take control of your life. You become the master of your emotions, your mindset, and your destiny. And with every empowering word, you move closer to the life you've always dreamed of. So choose your words carefully. Speak only words that lift you up, that inspire you, that remind you of your worth, and that move you forward. Your words are your most powerful tool. Use them wisely, and they will shape the future you desire.
Chapter 9. Move your body to awaken your inner strength. Movement is a language of strength, a declaration of resilience, and a gateway to unlocking your fullest potential. Too often we think of strength solely in terms of the mind or the willpower to push through challenges. However, the body plays an equally crucial role in our overall strength and success. When you move your body, you activate not only your physical power, but also tap into a deep, untapped well of inner strength. This strength comes from within and radiates outward, fueling your resolve, your energy, and your purpose. The simple act of moving your body can ignite a fire within you, clearing the mental fog and allowing clarity, focus, and determination to flow more easily. The connection between physical movement and mental clarity is undeniable. If you find yourself stuck in a cycle of doubt, procrastination, or lack of motivation, often the first thing that will shift your state is moving your body. It doesn't have to be anything complex or strenuous at first. The act of getting up and moving, even in small ways, can create a dramatic shift in your energy. You will feel the tension melt away, the stagnation lift, and your inner strength begin to awaken. This process is as much about the mind as it is about the body. When you move, you are not only improving your physical health, but also creating momentum in your life. You are signaling to yourself that you are ready, that you are capable, and that you are fully engaged with life. Your body holds immense power. You don't need to be a professional athlete or fitness expert to recognize the incredible strength within you. The potential to tap into this power is available to everyone, regardless of where you start from. The body is designed to move, to stretch, to grow, and to thrive. When you make the choice to engage it fully, you unlock the strength, confidence, and vitality that have always been a part of you, just waiting to be awakened. It's important to understand that movement isn't only about physical exercise or training for a specific goal. It's about activating the energy that lies dormant inside you. Whether you're taking a brisk walk, stretching, dancing, running, or lifting weights, movement serves as a key to unleashing the full potential of your mind and body. Every time you move, you are telling yourself that you are not stagnant, that you are not passive. You are a force of nature, always ready to respond, adapt, and grow. Start by incorporating movement into your daily routine, especially when you feel stuck, uninspired, or overwhelmed. Often, when we feel mentally drained, the last thing we want to do is move our bodies. However, this is precisely when movement can make the most significant impact. It doesn't take long before you start to notice the shift in your energy. It might be subtle at first, an increased sense of calm,
a burst of creativity, or a moment of clarity, but with time, the effects will become more pronounced. One of the key benefits of moving your body is that it helps to break the cycle of negative thinking. When we stay stagnant for too long, mentally or physically, our thoughts can begin to spiral into negativity or self-doubt. We may begin to feel like we're stuck in a rut, as if nothing will change. Movement disrupts this cycle. It brings us back to the present moment, allows us to reconnect with our physicality, and reminds us that we have control over our actions. The simple act of taking a few deep breaths, stretching, or going for a walk can help pull you out of that mental fog and give you a renewed sense of purpose. Physical movement also releases endorphins, those natural feel-good chemicals in your brain that improve your mood and mental state. As you move, your body releases stress and tension, and the result is an elevated sense of well-being. When you feel good physically, your mindset shifts, and you begin to approach challenges with a sense of ease and optimism. Your body and mind work in tandem, and when both are in alignment, you can accomplish things you might have thought impossible. Moreover, movement encourages resilience. Every time you push yourself to take another step, to go a little further, to stretch a little longer, you build not only your body, but also your character. The discomfort you feel in the process is temporary, but the strength you gain from pushing through is lasting. As you continue to move your body daily, you build mental resilience alongside physical strength. You start to see obstacles not as roadblocks, but as opportunities to grow, adapt, and push yourself further. Strength is not just about physical appearance or performance, it's about how you respond when life tests you. The more you commit to moving your body and building your physical strength, the more you'll discover about your own capacity to handle the challenges life throws your way. Physical movement teaches you the power of consistency, discipline, and patience. When you commit to regular movement, whether it's a morning stretch routine, a daily walk, or a structured workout, you build the mental and physical endurance needed to tackle your goals. The effects of movement also extend far beyond just the physical. When you engage in regular physical activity, you create a stronger connection to yourself and your body. This deepened awareness helps you to be more mindful of your needs, your emotions, and your desires. Movement fosters a sense of presence, helping you stay grounded and focused. It encourages you to listen to your body's signals and honor what it needs, whether that's rest, nourishment, or a bit more exertion. As you become more attuned to your body's rhythm, you also start to develop a deeper understanding of your inner strength. You begin to recognize that the strength you feel in your muscles is mirrored by an equally powerful resilience in your mind and spirit. Moving your body allows you to realize that you are capable of far more than you might have previously believed. With every step, every stretch, and every movement, you affirm to yourself that you are strong, capable, and ready to conquer whatever comes your way. Moving your body also enhances your self-image. As you get stronger and more confident in your physical abilities, that confidence spills over into every other aspect of your life. You begin to feel empowered, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally as well. The self-doubt that once plagued you begins to fade, replaced by a steady belief in your own strength and resilience. You no longer see yourself as weak or incapable, you see yourself as powerful and ready to take on any challenge. Additionally, movement is a powerful tool for releasing pent-up emotions. When life becomes overwhelming or stressful, it can be easy to bottle up feelings of frustration, anger, or sadness. But when you move your body, you create an outlet for these emotions to flow freely. Whether it's through a release of energy during a high-intensity workout, or a more meditative approach with yoga or stretching, movement helps to restore balance and emotional clarity. It allows you to process and release emotions in a healthy way, creating a sense of emotional freedom and stability. The process of moving your body also teaches you to embrace discomfort. It's easy to stay comfortable, to avoid the unknown or difficult situations, but true growth happens when you push through discomfort. Whether it's holding a plank, running an extra mile, or stretching deeper than you thought you could, every moment of discomfort strengthens you. It's a powerful reminder that growth, both physical and mental, often comes when we challenge ourselves to move beyond our limits. Your inner strength is not something that can be measured solely by how much weight you can lift or how fast you can run. It's something that resides within you at all times, waiting for you to tap into it. The key to unlocking this strength is movement. When you move your body, you reconnect with your power, awaken your resilience, and create the momentum necessary to push forward in life. Every small action you take in the direction of movement, whether it's a single stretch or a long workout session, moves you closer to the best version of yourself. In the end, moving your body is more than just an exercise routine or a physical task. It's a practice in self-empowerment. It is a celebration of your body's potential, a reminder of your inner strength, and a powerful tool to awaken the drive and determination that lie within you. When you move your body, you are not only strengthening your muscles, you are strengthening your character, your resolve, and your commitment to achieving the life you've always dreamed of. So move with intention, move with purpose, and watch as your inner strength rises to meet you every step of the way. Chapter 10. Observe your thoughts and choose only the best ones. Your mind is like a garden, full of thoughts that come and go, each one carrying with it the potential to either nurture or hinder your growth. If you leave your thoughts unchecked, they will take root in the fertile soil of your subconscious, and without proper care, they can grow into a tangled mess of weeds, self-doubt, negativity, fear, and insecurity. On the other hand, if you consciously choose the best thoughts, the ones that serve your highest good, you can cultivate a mind that is clear, focused, and empowered. This process of observing your thoughts and intentionally choosing only the best ones is a critical step toward building a strong, resilient mindset. The first step in this journey is awareness. You cannot change what you are not aware of. Most people walk through life on autopilot, unaware of the constant chatter in their minds. These thoughts often operate below the surface, quietly influencing your actions, emotions, and decisions. Some of these thoughts are helpful, but many are unproductive, distracting, or downright harmful. To change this, you must bring awareness to the thoughts you allow to dominate your mental space. You need to start observing your thoughts as if you were a neutral observer, detached, non-judgmental, but deeply curious. When you begin to observe your thoughts, you'll notice something surprising. Many of your thoughts are repetitive. They come from past experiences, past fears, or past conditioning, often based on stories you've told yourself for years. These thoughts may not even reflect your current reality, but because they've been repeated over time, they've become ingrained in your mind. The key here is to understand that just because a thought is familiar doesn't mean it's useful or true. Just because a thought has been with you for a long time doesn't mean it should continue to take up space in your mind. The goal is not to suppress these thoughts, but to acknowledge them and decide whether they deserve your attention. One of the most powerful tools for observing your thoughts is mindfulness. When you practice mindfulness, you become aware of your thoughts without judgment. You simply observe them, let them pass by, and choose not to engage with those that do not serve your highest good. Mindfulness allows you to create a space between your thoughts and your reactions, which gives you the freedom to choose how to respond. It's important to understand that you are not your thoughts. Thoughts are simply mental events that occur in your mind, but they do not define you. When you can separate yourself from your thoughts, you gain the power to choose the ones that align with your goals, your values, and your vision for your life. The next step is to actively choose the best thoughts, the ones that empower you, inspire you, and support your growth. The mind can be a powerful ally when you learn how to use it intentionally. Just like a gardener chooses the plants they wish to grow, you must choose the thoughts you wish to cultivate. This is a process of shifting your mindset from a passive, reactive state to an active, intentional one. You have the power to decide which thoughts you entertain and which ones you dismiss. Choosing empowering thoughts is not always easy, especially if you've spent years allowing negative or limiting thoughts to dominate your mind. However, the more you practice choosing positive, empowering thoughts, the easier it becomes. Start small. Each time you notice a negative or unproductive thought, gently replace it with a more positive or constructive one. If you think, "I'm not good enough to succeed," replace it with, "I have everything I need to succeed, and I am growing every day." If you think, "I'll never be able to overcome this challenge," replace it with, "I have overcome obstacles before, and I will find a way through this one too." The key to this process is repetition. Over time, the more you practice replacing negative thoughts with positive ones, the more natural it becomes. You begin to rewire your brain, shifting it from a negative, limiting state to one that is positive, empowered, and growth-oriented. It's important to remember that this doesn't mean you'll never experience negative thoughts again. It simply means that you have learned how to redirect your focus and energy onto thoughts that help you rather than hinder you. You can also strengthen your mind by surrounding yourself with positive influences, books, podcasts, conversations, and environments that support your growth. The people and resources you expose yourself to play a significant role in shaping the thoughts you entertain. If you want to cultivate an empowered mindset, immerse yourself in content that uplifts and inspires you. The more you feed your mind with positive, constructive input, the more your thoughts will naturally align with your goals and aspirations. Another important aspect of choosing the best thoughts is learning to replace fear-based thinking with courage-based thinking. Fear often manifests in the form of doubt, worry, or uncertainty, but these feelings are often rooted in an exaggerated perception of danger or failure. When you observe fear-based thoughts, remind yourself that fear is just a feeling, not a fact. It's a natural part of the human experience, but it doesn't have to control you. You can choose to see fear as a signal to step up and grow, rather than a reason to shrink back. Courage-based thinking, on the other hand, is grounded in the belief that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. It's a mindset that recognizes challenges as opportunities for growth and embraces the unknown with confidence. When you shift your thinking from fear-based to courage-based, you begin to approach life with a sense of empowerment and resilience. You stop seeing obstacles as threats and start seeing them as stepping stones to greater success. Another powerful tool for choosing the best thoughts is visualization. Visualization is the process of creating vivid mental images of your desired outcomes, goals, and dreams. When you visualize success, you prime your mind to focus on positive possibilities rather than negative outcomes. This practice helps you reframe your thinking and create a mental roadmap for success. The more you visualize your goals and achievements, the more your mind begins to believe in their possibility. This belief strengthens your determination and fuels your actions, making it more likely that you will take the necessary steps to turn your vision into reality. It's also essential to practice gratitude as part of your thought process. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you don't have to what you do have. It helps you recognize the abundance in your life, rather than focusing on lack or scarcity. By consciously choosing thoughts of gratitude, you train your mind to appreciate the present moment and everything it holds. Gratitude also shifts your emotional state, making it easier to choose empowering thoughts. When you feel thankful, it's much easier to think positively and maintain a sense of hope and optimism. It's important to understand that your thoughts shape your reality. The more you consciously choose empowering positive thoughts, the more you will begin to see evidence of those thoughts in your life. As your mindset shifts, your actions will naturally follow. You will become more confident, more focused, and more determined to pursue your goals. Your relationships will improve, your opportunities will expand, and your ability to overcome obstacles will increase. The power to change your life lies within your ability to observe your thoughts and choose only the best ones. You are the guardian of your mind. You are in control of what you think, how you think, and the impact those thoughts have on your life. By learning to observe your thoughts and intentionally choose the best ones, you create a powerful foundation for success, happiness, and fulfillment. Every thought you think is an opportunity to shape your future. So choose wisely, choose deliberately, and choose thoughts that empower you to become the best version of yourself.
Chapter 11. Focus fully on your breath to reset your energy. Your breath is more than just a biological function. It is a tool, a power that exists within you at all times, waiting to be harnessed. Yet, many people go through life without ever fully appreciating the immense potential of their breath. When you focus on your breath, you are not just taking in oxygen, you are resetting your energy, calming your mind, and anchoring yourself in the present moment. The simple act of paying attention to your breath has the power to shift your entire state, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Breathing is a process we often take for granted. It's automatic, regulated by the body without any conscious thought or effort. But when we consciously engage with our breath, something profound happens. We shift from a reactive, unconscious state to one of mindfulness and presence. This shift is the first step toward resetting our energy. When we focus fully on our breath, we bring ourselves into alignment with the moment. We stop worrying about the past or the future, and we anchor ourselves in the now. In that moment of awareness, we become more attuned to the subtle flow of energy within our bodies. The importance of focusing on your breath cannot be overstated. In times of stress, anxiety, or overwhelm, the breath acts as a reset button. It offers a way to pause, breathe deeply, and shift our state of being. It is the most accessible and immediate tool you have for changing your emotional and energetic state. In moments of tension, the breath offers you the power to calm your mind, soothe your nervous system, and restore balance to your body. It is like a reset, allowing you to begin anew with each inhale and exhale. But this power is not only useful in moments of stress. The breath is equally valuable in moments of fatigue, uncertainty, or confusion. When you are uncertain about what comes next, when you feel drained by life's demands, the breath can give you the energy to reset, refocus, and find clarity. By tuning into your breath, you create space for clarity and insight to arise. Your breath creates a flow of energy that revitalizes you from the inside out. The process of focusing on your breath is simple yet incredibly transformative. It begins by taking a moment to pause wherever you are and turn your attention inward. Close your eyes and begin to notice the rhythm of your breathing. Notice the rise and fall of your chest, the expansion and contraction of your lungs.
Feel the coolness of the air as it enters your nostrils and the warmth of the air as it exits. Allow your breath to be the center of your focus. Don't try to control it or change it, just observe it. As you begin to focus on your breath, you may notice a shift, the constant chatter of your mind, the overwhelming flood of thoughts, may begin to quiet. The distractions that once pulled your attention in every direction begin to fade into the background. In this space of focused breathing, you reclaim your energy. You detach from external stresses and turn inward to reconnect with yourself. This process can take just a few minutes or extend into a longer session, depending on what you need. Whether it's one deep breath or several minutes of mindful breathing, each breath helps you reset and recalibrate your energy. The longer you spend in this space of breath-centered awareness, the more profound the effects can be. Your energy will feel lighter, clearer, and more aligned with your goals and intentions. As you breathe, imagine each inhale as a wave of fresh, vibrant energy flowing into your body. Let it fill you up, filling every cell with vitality. Imagine the exhale as a release, letting go of any tension, stress, or negative energy that you have been holding onto. With each exhale, imagine shedding layers of worry, fear, or anxiety. Allow your breath to cleanse your body and mind, refreshing you with each cycle. Breathing also allows you to reconnect with your body. Often we become disconnected from our physical sensations as we rush through our daily lives. We forget to check in with how our bodies feel, how our muscles are tense, or how our posture has shifted. By focusing on the breath, you bring awareness back to your body. You become more attuned to its needs and signals. As you focus on your breath, you may notice areas of tension or discomfort in your body that you hadn't previously been aware of. This awareness allows you to consciously release that tension and restore balance to your physical state. The power of breath is particularly evident in its ability to reset your emotional state. Your emotions are deeply connected to your breath. When you are stressed or anxious, your breathing becomes shallow and rapid. When you are calm and relaxed, your breath is slow and deep. By focusing on your breath, you can consciously influence your emotional state. Slow, deep breaths signal to your body that you are safe, calm, and in control. This has a direct effect on your nervous system, reducing the fight or flight response and activating the parasympathetic nervous system, which promotes relaxation and healing. In moments of emotional turbulence, when you feel overwhelmed by fear, anger, or sadness, focusing on your breath can be a powerful tool for calming yourself. Instead of reacting impulsively to your emotions, you can pause, breathe deeply, and allow yourself to regain composure. This moment of pause allows you to create a gap between the stimulus, the emotion, and your reaction. In that space, you have the power to choose how you respond, rather than being driven by impulse. The breath also has the ability to reset your mental state. When your mind is scattered or overwhelmed, it becomes difficult to focus on the task at hand or to make decisions. Focusing on your breath allows you to clear your mind, creating space for clarity and focus. It helps you drop into a state of presence where you can think more clearly and make more intentional choices. This is especially powerful when you feel stuck or indecisive. By taking a few moments to center yourself with your breath, you can return to a state of calm, rational thinking. Incorporating breath-focused practices into your daily routine can be an incredibly effective way to maintain balance and clarity. Whether you are facing a challenging situation, feeling fatigued, or simply need a moment to center yourself, the breath can be your anchor. It's a practice that can be done anywhere, anytime, and requires no special equipment or preparation. All you need is your breath, and with it you have the power to reset your energy at any moment. The beauty of focusing on your breath is that it is always available to you. You don't need to wait for the perfect conditions to reset your energy. Whenever you feel off balance, overwhelmed, or drained, simply turn your attention to your breath. Breathe deeply and mindfully, and notice how your energy begins to shift. It is a simple yet powerful tool for bringing you back to your center and realigning your focus with your intentions. As you continue to practice breath-centered awareness, you may notice that your energy remains more stable and grounded throughout the day. You become less reactive to external circumstances and more centered in your own energy. By making the breath a regular part of your practice, you are training your mind and body to reset more quickly and easily. You build resilience to stress, fatigue, and emotional fluctuations, allowing you to navigate life with greater ease and flow. Your breath is a constant supportive presence, available to you in every moment. It holds the power to reset your energy, calm your mind, and recharge your spirit. When you choose to focus on your breath, you tap into a limitless source of vitality and inner strength. You become more grounded, more centered, and more aligned with your true self. And in doing so, you create the space to live with purpose, clarity, and unwavering focus.
Chapter 12. Eliminate distractions and honor your mental space. The ability to focus, to maintain clarity in your thoughts, and to protect your mental space is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. In today's world, distractions are everywhere, and they come in many forms: technology, noise, obligations, social media, and even the constant chatter in our own minds. Yet, the truth is that your mental space is sacred. It is the foundation from which all your actions, decisions, and growth emerge. By eliminating distractions and taking control of your mental environment, you empower yourself to achieve more, to be more present, and to live more purposefully. You might not always realize it, but every time you allow a distraction to hijack your attention, you surrender a piece of your mental energy. Whether it's a phone notification, an intrusive thought, or an interruption in your environment, every distraction pulls you away from the present moment, fragmenting your focus and diminishing your mental clarity. This is a natural consequence of living in an age of information overload. However, what matters is not the presence of distractions, but your ability to choose how you respond to them. In order to truly honor your mental space, you need to become intentional about how you manage it. You must actively eliminate the distractions that drain your energy, dilute your focus, and prevent you from being fully engaged with what matters most. This doesn't mean you need to cut yourself off from the world, but rather that you must practice discernment, recognizing what adds value to your life and what only serves as noise. To start, it's crucial to recognize the most common sources of distractions. One of the biggest culprits is technology. Smartphones, social media, emails, and constant notifications are all designed to grab your attention. While these tools can be incredibly useful, they are also major thieves of your time and focus. Every time your phone dings or vibrates, your attention is diverted, even if only for a moment. And that moment can add up to hours over the course of a day. The best way to reclaim your mental space is to set clear boundaries around technology. Begin by scheduling specific times to check your phone or social media. Instead of checking it continuously throughout the day, designate a few windows during which you will allow yourself to engage with your devices. This will help prevent you from falling into the trap of mindless scrolling or constantly shifting your attention back and forth between tasks. When you are working on something important, turn off your notifications or put your phone in another room. By creating this boundary,
You are signaling to your brain that you value your mental space enough to protect it from unnecessary disruptions. Another significant source of distractions comes from our environment. The world is full of noise, and not just in the literal sense. People talking, background music, the hum of appliances, these external stimuli can interfere with your focus and make it difficult to concentrate. To honor your mental space, it is important to create an environment that supports your ability to focus. This could mean working in a quiet room, wearing noise-canceling headphones, or even decluttering your workspace. A clean and organized environment fosters a sense of calm and order, allowing your mind to settle and concentrate more easily. Beyond external distractions, there are also the internal distractions that arise from our own thoughts. Our minds are constantly in motion, processing information, reliving past experiences, or anticipating future events. These internal distractions can be particularly challenging because they are often harder to control. However, just because they are more subtle doesn't mean they are less impactful. If you allow your thoughts to wander aimlessly, you waste valuable energy and lose the opportunity to focus on the task at hand. The key to managing these internal distractions is mindfulness. By becoming aware of your thoughts and the patterns that cause you to lose focus, you can begin to consciously redirect your attention back to the present moment. Whenever you notice your mind drifting, gently bring it back to what you are doing. This requires practice and patience, but over time, you will strengthen your ability to maintain focus. Meditation is one of the most effective tools for training your mind to focus. Through regular meditation practice, you learn to observe your thoughts without getting caught up in them, which allows you to create more space for intentional thinking and clarity. In addition to external and internal distractions, there is the issue of mental clutter. Mental clutter refers to the overwhelming thoughts, worries, and concerns that accumulate in our minds. These may be related to unfinished tasks, unresolved issues, or future uncertainties. Mental clutter clouds your judgment and prevents you from thinking clearly. To eliminate mental clutter, you must practice organizing your thoughts and setting clear priorities. One simple way to do this is through journaling. Writing down your thoughts and feelings provides an outlet for them, helping you clear your mind and prioritize what needs attention. When you take the time to write down your thoughts, you also allow yourself to process emotions and make sense of the ideas that may be swirling in your head. As a result, you free up mental space to focus on what truly matters. Another way to eliminate mental clutter is to practice intentional thinking. This involves consciously choosing what thoughts you want to focus on and letting go of those that do not serve you. It requires recognizing that not every thought is worth holding on to. Some thoughts are fleeting and irrelevant, and by choosing to release them, you make room for more important and empowering ideas. The more you practice this intentional thinking, the more your mental space will remain clear, focused, and energized. The act of honoring your mental space also involves setting healthy boundaries with others. People can be a significant source of distraction, whether they are asking for your time, attention, or emotional energy. While it's important to be compassionate and available to those you care about, it's equally important to protect your mental space by saying no when necessary. Saying no is not about being rude or dismissive, it's about respecting your own needs and maintaining the energy required to focus on your priorities. When you say yes to everything, you stretch yourself thin and risk becoming overwhelmed. Learning to say no allows you to honor your mental space, prioritize your well-being, and ultimately perform at a higher level. In today's fast-paced world, we are constantly pulled in multiple directions. The demands of work, family, and social commitments can easily overwhelm us. But if you want to achieve lasting success, you must learn to create space in your mind for what truly matters. Eliminating distractions is not about shutting yourself off from the world, it's about choosing where to direct your energy and attention. By protecting your mental space, you ensure that you can show up as your best self, focused, clear, and aligned with your goals. The process of eliminating distractions and honoring your mental space is ongoing. It requires you to be proactive, to check in with yourself regularly, and to adjust as needed. As you practice these habits, you will find that your ability to focus improves, your energy levels increase, and your sense of purpose becomes clearer. You will stop allowing distractions to control you and instead take charge of your mental environment. And in doing so, you will unlock the full potential of your mind, allowing you to achieve more and live a life filled with clarity, focus, and intention.
Chapter 13. Drink water with full awareness to energize your cells. In every moment, you are carrying a gift that sustains life itself, your breath, your thoughts, and the water that flows through your body. Water is not just a liquid that quenches thirst. It is the very essence of vitality that fuels each cell in your body. Yet, how often do you drink water without truly appreciating its power, without considering its role in energizing your entire being? Most people consume water mindlessly, taking it for granted, and yet water is one of the most profound sources of energy and rejuvenation we have access to. The simple act of drinking water, when done with full awareness, can have transformative effects on your energy levels, focus, and overall well-being. The human body is composed of approximately 60% water, and every cell in your body relies on water to function properly. Your heart, your muscles, your skin, and even your brain need water to perform their tasks effectively. When you are hydrated, your cells operate at their peak performance, and you experience higher levels of energy and mental clarity. However, when you are dehydrated, even slightly, your body can begin to suffer. Your focus may deteriorate, your energy will dip, and your mood can fluctuate. This is why it's so important to give attention to the water you drink, not just in terms of quantity, but also in how you drink it. Drinking water with full awareness is a practice that requires you to slow down and tune into your body. This isn't just about mindlessly gulping down a glass of water to quench your thirst. It's about cultivating a deeper connection with your body's needs and the life-giving properties of water. When you drink water consciously, you acknowledge the power of this simple act and its profound impact on your physical and mental health. To begin this practice, take a moment before you even pick up your glass. Take a deep breath and check in with yourself. How do you feel right now? Are you thirsty? Are you sluggish, tired, or mentally foggy? Notice any physical or emotional cues that your body may be giving you. Understand that you are about to give your body exactly what it needs to feel more energized, alert, and focused. Acknowledge that water is not just a basic need, but a powerful tool to restore balance to your system. When you take your first sip, do so slowly and with mindfulness. As the water enters your mouth, feel its coolness, its smooth texture, and its purity. Visualize it moving through your body, hydrating every cell and bringing life to every corner of your being. Imagine the water circulating through your bloodstream, nourishing your organs and replenishing your tissues. This mindful approach allows you to experience water not just as a physical substance, but as an energetic force that connects you to the world around you. As you continue to drink, feel the water traveling down your throat and into your stomach. Notice how it feels as it enters your body, almost as if you are welcoming it home. With each sip, remind yourself that you are not just hydrating your physical body,
but you are also replenishing your mental and emotional energy. Water has the ability to clear mental fog, improve focus, and restore a sense of calm. It is a powerful tool for maintaining mental clarity, which is especially important in a world filled with distractions and constant noise. One of the key aspects of drinking water with full awareness is being present with the act itself. Often when we drink water, we do so absent-mindedly, multitasking or rushing through the task because we feel it's just something we have to do. We may be distracted by our phones, thinking about the next task on our to-do list, or simply trying to get it done as quickly as possible. This is not true hydration. True hydration occurs when you give yourself the space to enjoy the experience, to be fully immersed in the present moment, and to recognize the value of each sip. This awareness can extend to how much water you drink throughout the day. Often we drink water only when we're thirsty, but by then your body may already be showing signs of dehydration. Your energy levels may drop, and your concentration may falter. To keep your energy high and your mind clear, it's important to make water consumption a regular practice, not just something you do when you feel thirsty. Keep a bottle of water nearby, and whenever you feel even a slight dip in energy, take a sip. Notice how your body responds to the hydration. You'll begin to feel the shift in your energy, and your body will thank you for the boost. It's also worth considering the type of water you are drinking. While tap water may be convenient, it's essential to be mindful of the quality of the water you consume. Many municipal water supplies contain chemicals and contaminants that can affect your health over time. Whenever possible, choose purified or filtered water to ensure that you're giving your body the cleanest and most effective hydration. If you are able, consider investing in a water filter or drinking water from a natural spring or other clean sources. The quality of the water you drink has a direct impact on how well it hydrates your body, so make conscious choices about the water you consume. Beyond the physical benefits of drinking water, there is also an emotional and spiritual aspect to this practice. Water is a symbol of renewal, cleansing, and flow. When you drink water with full awareness, you are engaging in an act of self-care and honoring your body. This is an opportunity to reconnect with yourself, to slow down, and to experience the flow of energy that exists within you. Water is not just something you ingest, it is an element that nurtures your body, mind, and spirit. It is a reminder that you are a living being, constantly in motion, and that you have the power to refresh and renew yourself at any moment. Drinking water consciously also serves as a powerful reminder to take care of your body in other ways. When you drink water with awareness, you begin to recognize how important it is to prioritize your health and well-being. You start to see the interconnectedness of your actions and the impact they have on your overall vitality. By cultivating this practice, you make hydration a ritual that supports your long-term health and energy. As you continue to practice drinking water with full awareness, you will notice a shift in how you feel. Your energy levels will increase, your mental clarity will improve, and your physical body will feel more vibrant. You will become more in tune with your body's needs, and you will begin to recognize the profound effect that water has on your overall well-being. This simple act, when done with intention and presence, can become a powerful tool for recharging your energy and elevating your health. The benefits of drinking water with awareness extend beyond just your physical health. It can also help you cultivate a deeper sense of gratitude and mindfulness. In a world that constantly demands more of our attention and energy, drinking water with awareness becomes a powerful tool for slowing down and reconnecting with the present moment. By honoring your body's needs, you honor yourself,
Every sip becomes a reminder that you have the ability to take care of yourself, to nourish your body, and to replenish your energy. Drinking water with full awareness is more than just a health habit. It's an act of self-love and a practice of mindfulness that has the power to transform your daily life. The next time you reach for a glass of water, slow down and savor each sip. Recognize the life-giving energy that it brings to your body and appreciate the incredible power it has to refresh, hydrate, and energize every cell within you. Your body, your mind, and your spirit will thank you for it.
Chapter 14. Write your top 3 intentions with full clarity. To shape the life you want, it's essential to establish clear intentions. These intentions are not vague ideas or distant dreams. They are the guiding forces that direct your energy, focus, and actions every day. Intentions are more than just wishes. They are powerful decisions you make about how you want to live, the person you aim to become, and the goals you will pursue with purpose. Writing your top 3 intentions is not a task to be taken lightly. This is about creating clarity within your mind, aligning your actions with your deepest values, and setting the foundation for a life that reflects your most authentic desires. When you write down your intentions, you are essentially carving out a vision for your future, one that you have complete control over. Writing these intentions isn't just a mental exercise, it's a way of physically manifesting your thoughts and beliefs into something tangible. By putting pen to paper, you are not just setting goals, you are anchoring your mind and spirit in the path you intend to follow. When your intentions are written clearly, they become much more than words. They become your guiding stars, your compass, and your motivating force in moments of doubt or distraction. The first step in writing your top 3 intentions is to sit in stillness and connect with yourself. This is a time for deep introspection, where you tune out the noise of the world and tune in to what truly matters to you. Ask yourself, what do I want to create in my life? What do I want to stand for? What are the values and principles that I want to live by every single day? This moment of clarity will help you pinpoint the things that are most important to you and the goals that resonate most deeply within your heart. These intentions should not be determined by the expectations of others, the pressures of society, or the fleeting desires that come and go. Your intentions should come from a place of authenticity, from the core of who you are and who you want to become. They should represent the vision you have for yourself, for your relationships, for your career, and for your growth. The clearer your intentions, the stronger the force they will have in shaping your actions and outcomes. Start by writing down your first intention. This could be a personal goal, such as becoming the best version of yourself, improving your physical health, or learning a new skill. It could also be more specific, such as building a business, getting a promotion, or nurturing a relationship. Whatever it is, make sure that it is something you are deeply committed to. Your first intention should be one that excites you, one that fills you with a sense of purpose and passion. It should be clear and specific, not vague or open-ended. You must be able to look at it and immediately understand what you want to achieve and why it matters. Once you have written your first intention, move on to the second. This intention should complement the first, yet offer a different area of focus. For example, if your first intention is related to personal growth, your second intention might focus on creating more balance in your life or building stronger relationships with the people around you. The key is that both intentions work together to support your overall vision, aligning with each other and moving you closer to your ultimate goals. Just like the first, your second intention should be written with clarity and specificity, ensuring that it is something you can actively work toward. The third intention should round out your set of priorities. This might be a more spiritual or emotional goal, such as cultivating more gratitude, improving your mindset, or developing resilience in the face of adversity. Whatever this intention is, it should bring balance to the first two. It's important that your third intention is something that supports you holistically, addressing the full spectrum of your life, from your mental well-being to your physical health, to your emotional and spiritual growth. Once your top three intentions are written, take time to reflect on them. These are not goals to be checked off a list, they are ongoing commitments to yourself. You must revisit these intentions regularly to keep them alive and ensure they remain aligned with your actions. Having clarity around your intentions means that every day you wake up with purpose. You'll begin to see how your daily actions, decisions, and habits will either move you closer to your intentions or pull you further away from them. By being mindful of your intentions, you will continuously align your life with what matters most to you. As you begin to take action toward your intentions, remember that progress will often be gradual. You may not see immediate results, but every small step forward is a victory. It's crucial to be patient with yourself during this journey, understanding that transformation takes time. When challenges arise or obstacles block your path, your intentions will serve as a steady reminder of why you are doing what you are doing. They will keep you grounded when things get tough, and they will remind you that the effort you put in today will pay off in the future. The act of writing your top three intentions is incredibly powerful, but it's important to not stop there. You must live in alignment with your intentions. This means making conscious choices each day that reflect the life you are committed to creating. Whether it's setting boundaries to protect your time, saying no to things that don't align with your values, or taking action toward your goals even when it feels difficult, your intentions must serve as the driving force behind everything you do. Over time, as you continue to work toward your intentions, you'll start to notice profound shifts in your mindset and your environment. The more focused you are on your intentions, the more your energy will be directed toward what truly matters. This will lead to a more fulfilling and purpose-driven life. Your intentions will not only guide you through the days, but will also shape your long-term vision for your future. One of the most powerful aspects of writing your top three intentions is the clarity it brings. When you know exactly what you want, when you have a clear vision for your future, you eliminate the confusion and uncertainty that often hold people back. You no longer have to wonder what your next move should be. Your intentions will direct your steps, and each decision you make will become easier and more intentional. To keep your intentions fresh and alive, revisit them regularly. This might be once a week, once a month, or whenever you feel the need to reconnect with your purpose. When you revisit your intentions, ask yourself, am I still aligned with these goals? Have my priorities shifted? Do I still feel as passionate about these intentions as I did when I first wrote them down? It's natural for intentions to evolve as you grow and change, so allow yourself the flexibility to adjust them as needed. However, always ensure that any adjustments you make stay true to your deepest desires and values. As you move forward with these intentions in your life, you will begin to feel a greater sense of control and confidence. You will understand that you are the architect of your own future, and that the life you want is not something that happens by chance. It is something you create through focused intention and consistent action. The more clarity you have about what you want, the more powerful your decisions will become. Every step you take will move you closer to your vision, and soon what once felt distant will become your reality. The power of writing your top three intentions is in the clarity they bring.
When you align your thoughts, actions, and energy with these intentions, you create a life that reflects your true desires and values. This process of writing and refining your intentions is not a one-time task. It's an ongoing journey that allows you to live a life of purpose, intention, and fulfillment. So write your intentions with clarity, commit to them fully, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never imagined.
Chapter 15. Repeat empowering affirmations to recondition your mind. To reshape your mind and transform your reality, you must understand the immense power that words hold. Every thought you think, every word you speak, and every affirmation you repeat has the potential to reprogram your mind, guiding it toward the life you want to live. Affirmations are not just empty phrases, they are intentional, conscious declarations that carry an energy of possibility and power. Repeating empowering affirmations daily is one of the most effective ways to cultivate a mindset that serves your highest purpose. Your mind is like a garden, and your thoughts are the seeds. If you plant seeds of doubt, fear, and negativity, those are the plants that will grow. However, if you intentionally plant seeds of empowerment, belief, and confidence, you will cultivate a mental landscape filled with positivity, strength, and growth. Empowering affirmations are the seeds of a new reality. They act as a tool to direct your thoughts and beliefs in a positive, purposeful direction. By repeatedly affirming your strengths, abilities, and potential, you begin to shift your perspective and rewire your subconscious mind to align with your desires. The key to harnessing the full power of affirmations lies in repetition. Repetition is the process that allows your conscious thoughts to penetrate into your subconscious, where lasting change happens. The more often you repeat an affirmation, the more deeply it becomes ingrained in your mind. Over time, your thoughts will automatically align with these affirmations, and your actions will reflect the new beliefs you've adopted. This is not a quick fix, but rather a gradual transformation that occurs as you consistently reinforce your positive beliefs. Empowering affirmations work on multiple levels. On a cognitive level, they influence how you perceive yourself and the world around you. They help shift your focus from what you lack or what you fear to what you can create, achieve, and become. On an emotional level, affirmations generate a feeling of empowerment, which can help you overcome self-doubt and fear. When you repeat affirmations like, "I am capable of achieving my dreams," or "I am worthy of success," your emotional state begins to align with these thoughts, and you start to feel more confident and capable. On a behavioral level, affirmations influence the actions you take. When you believe in your own potential and power, you are more likely to take bold, decisive actions that lead to success. This is because empowering beliefs serve as a catalyst for positive change and forward momentum. One of the most powerful aspects of affirmations is their ability to reshape your identity. When you repeat affirmations that align with the person you want to become, you begin to see yourself in a new light. Instead of identifying with past failures or limitations, you start to see yourself as the successful, confident, and resilient individual you are striving to be. This shift in identity is crucial because how you see yourself dictates the actions you take. If you see yourself as capable, strong, and deserving of success, your actions will reflect that belief. If, on the other hand, you see yourself as weak, unworthy, or incapable, your actions will align with those negative beliefs. This is why affirmations are so powerful. They help you create an empowered self-image that aligns with the person you are becoming. To make affirmations most effective, you need to ensure that they are positive, specific, and aligned with your values. Affirmations such as, "I am confident and capable of handling any challenge that comes my way," or "I am attracting abundance into my life," are examples of affirmations that are both positive and specific. It's important that the affirmation resonates with you and feels true to your current experience or the person you want to become. If you struggle with believing an affirmation, start with one that feels attainable and gradually work your way up to more powerful affirmations. For example, if you are just starting to build your confidence, you might begin with, "I am growing in confidence every day," and then eventually move to, "I am a confident and powerful person." The process of repeating empowering affirmations doesn't require a specific technique or method. However, to maximize their effectiveness, it helps to incorporate them into your daily routine. Set aside time each morning to repeat your affirmations aloud, looking at yourself in the mirror. This simple act helps you internalize the words and makes them feel more real. If you prefer a more quiet or meditative practice, you can also repeat your affirmations silently during moments of reflection, before going to bed, or while meditating. The key is consistency. Repetition is what makes the affirmations sink deeply into your subconscious and begin to influence your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Beyond verbal repetition, it's important to visualize the positive outcomes associated with your affirmations. Visualization enhances the power of affirmations by creating a mental image of success and achievement. If your affirmation is "I am financially abundant," visualize yourself living in abundance. Picture your bank account growing, the opportunities you are receiving, and the sense of financial freedom you are experiencing. As you repeat the affirmation, imagine yourself already living in that reality. The combination of words and visualization creates a powerful connection between your subconscious mind and the life you want to create. It's also helpful to keep your affirmations in sight throughout the day. You can write them down on sticky notes and place them on your desk, mirror, or computer, so that you are constantly reminded of the positive beliefs you are cultivating. Another technique is to record your affirmations on your phone and listen to them while commuting, working out, or before going to sleep. This consistent exposure to your empowering affirmations will reinforce their impact on your mind. Remember that the power of affirmations lies not just in the words themselves, but in the belief and emotion you attach to them. It's easy to say affirmations mechanically without truly believing them. To make them work, you must feel the truth of the words as you say them. When you repeat an affirmation, take a moment to truly connect with the meaning behind it. Feel the empowerment, the strength, and the belief that these affirmations are already part of who you are. The more emotionally connected you are to the affirmation, the stronger its impact will be. It's also important to address any limiting beliefs or negative thoughts that arise when you repeat your affirmations. These limiting beliefs are often deeply ingrained in your subconscious and may try to sabotage your efforts. When negative thoughts surface, don't push them away or ignore them. Instead, acknowledge them and counter them with a more empowering affirmation. For example, if the thought arises that "I'm not good enough," immediately counter it with, "I am more than enough, and I am worthy of success." This will help you recondition your mind and replace negative thought patterns with more positive, empowering ones. Over time, as you continue to repeat your affirmations, you will begin to notice subtle shifts in your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. You will feel more confident, more capable, and more empowered. You will start to take bolder actions and pursue opportunities that align with your affirmations. As your belief in yourself and your potential grows, so will the results you experience in your life. The more you recondition your mind, the more aligned you will become with your true potential. The power of affirmations is not in the words themselves, but in your ability to believe in them and live them every day.
Empowering affirmations are a powerful tool for transforming your life, but they are only effective when used consistently and with belief. By repeating affirmations that support your highest goals and desires, you are actively reprogramming your subconscious mind, replacing old negative patterns with new empowering beliefs. The more you repeat these affirmations, the more they will shape your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, creating a life that is aligned with your highest potential. So commit to using affirmations every day and watch as your mind, your actions, and your reality begin to shift in incredible ways.
Chapter 16. Feel the emotions of your future self today. The key to unlocking a new level of personal growth lies in an often overlooked aspect of our mindset, the emotions of our future self. So often, we are consumed with the present moment and the challenges we face right now. We can be too attached to the way things are, or too focused on the obstacles in our path, which often prevents us from thinking about the future in a meaningful way. But what if you could start living today with the emotions and mindset of the person you want to become tomorrow? Imagine how much closer you would be to your goals, to your ideal life, and to the version of yourself that you are striving to be. When you choose to feel the emotions of your future self today, you are not simply daydreaming about a different life. You are shifting your energy, your thoughts, and your actions in a way that aligns with the person you are working to become. The emotions you feel today are a reflection of the beliefs you have about your future. If you want to create the future that you desire, you must cultivate the feelings and beliefs of that future self right now. Many people believe that they must wait for external circumstances to change before they can feel the emotions they desire. They think, once I achieve that goal, once I have that success, I'll be happy. Or once I am in that relationship, I'll feel secure. This mindset puts the power of your emotions in the future, which is exactly where you do not want it. The truth is, the emotions you seek are already available to you. You just need to tap into them and begin feeling them in the present moment. The first step in feeling the emotions of your future self is to envision who that future self is. What does your ideal life look like? What are your accomplishments? How do you feel about yourself? Are you confident, fulfilled, joyful, at peace, empowered? Spend some time clearly defining the qualities, achievements, and emotions that you want to embody. Then, take a moment to connect with the feeling of having already achieved those things. Feel the pride of accomplishing your goals, the peace of knowing you are on the right path, and the joy of living a life that is aligned with your purpose. As you step into this emotional state, it will begin to reshape your current experience. One of the most powerful tools for aligning with your future self is the practice of visualization. When you visualize your future self, you are not just imagining a distant dream. You are energetically connecting with the person you will become. Close your eyes and picture yourself in vivid detail. See yourself already living the life you desire. Visualize the environment around you, the people you interact with, and the activities you are engaged in. Most importantly, focus on the emotions that you would feel if you were already in that moment. How does it feel to have achieved your goals? How does it feel to be in the relationships and situations you desire? As you engage in this visualization, try to immerse yourself in the emotions associated with the future you are creating. Let these feelings rise within you and allow yourself to experience them fully. The more you practice this, the easier it becomes to tap into the energy and emotions of your future self. With each visualization session, you begin to reprogram your subconscious mind, aligning it with the feelings of success, abundance, and fulfillment that you are working to manifest in your life. It's also essential to understand that your emotions are not simply reactions to external events, they are indicators of your inner alignment. If you want to feel the emotions of your future self today, you must align your actions, thoughts, and behaviors with the person you are becoming. The emotions you experience are a direct result of the way you think and the actions you take. If you want to feel empowered, you must start acting from a place of confidence. If you want to feel fulfilled, you must start making decisions that support your values and your purpose. Your future self is not a passive observer of your life, they are actively creating it. When you take inspired action from the emotional state of your future self, you propel yourself closer to your goals. Another way to feel the emotions of your future self is through gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful tool for shifting your energy and aligning with the life you want to create. Instead of waiting for something to happen before you feel grateful, practice feeling gratitude for the things that are already working in your life. Start by appreciating the small wins, the progress you've made, and the steps you've taken toward your goals. As you cultivate a habit of gratitude, you begin to attract more of the things you are grateful for. Gratitude shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance, allowing you to feel the emotions of success and fulfillment even before they manifest. Another vital aspect of this process is letting go of limiting beliefs that hold you back from fully embodying the emotions of your future self. Many of us have ingrained beliefs about what is possible for us, and these beliefs can create emotional blocks. If you believe that success is hard to achieve, or that happiness is reserved for a select few, it becomes much harder to feel the emotions of your future self. These limiting beliefs keep you stuck in the present and prevent you from stepping into the energy of the person you are becoming. To break free from these limitations, you must challenge your beliefs and replace them with empowering thoughts and affirmations. As you rewire your beliefs, your emotional state will shift, allowing you to align more fully with your future self. Consistency is key when it comes to feeling the emotions of your future self. The more consistently you practice this process, the more you will notice subtle shifts in your feelings and behaviors. Over time, you will start to embody the emotions of your future self more naturally. You will begin to attract the opportunities, people, and experiences that align with your vision. The universe responds to the energy you emit, and when you are vibrating at the frequency of your future self, you will begin to see your desired reality manifest. Another essential part of feeling the emotions of your future self is to celebrate your progress along the way. Often, we get so focused on the end result that we overlook the steps we've already taken. Celebrate the small victories, the moments of growth, and the progress you've made. Each time you achieve a milestone, no matter how small, feel the emotions of pride, satisfaction, and joy that your future self would feel. By doing this, you reinforce the emotional state that will guide you to even greater success. As you continue to feel the emotions of your future self, you will begin to see your life unfold in new and exciting ways. The more you align with the emotional state of success, abundance, and fulfillment, the more you will attract these qualities into your reality. Your actions will become more purposeful, and your decisions will be guided by the emotional energy of your future self. The key is to consistently step into the emotions of your future self, knowing that by doing so you are laying the groundwork for the life you desire. Ultimately, the emotions of your future self are a reflection of the person you are becoming. They are not separate from you, they are already within you, waiting to be awakened. By consciously feeling these emotions today, you are aligning your energy with the person you want to become. As you continue to practice this, you will see your life transform in ways you never thought possible. The future you desire is already within your grasp, and by embodying the emotions of your future self, you are bringing that future into the present moment. Chapter 17. Hold your vision stronger than your old habits. In life, we are all driven by a vision of who we want to become. It's something that keeps us going, motivates us through tough times, and shapes our decisions. The path to achieving that vision, however, is rarely straight. Along the way, we encounter obstacles, distractions, and most often, our own old habits that keep us rooted in the past. These habits, comfortable as they may be, can easily trap us in cycles of mediocrity and prevent us from realizing the full potential of our vision. The key to breaking free from these old habits is not to fight against them directly, but to hold your vision stronger than the habits that bind you. Your vision must become the driving force that overrides any familiar routine or pattern that no longer serves your growth. This is not just about willpower, it's about creating an emotional and mental commitment to the future you are creating. When you hold your vision stronger than your old habits, you shift your identity. You transform from someone who is defined by their past behaviors to someone who is defined by their future potential. The reality is that change is difficult. Old habits have roots that run deep. They are comfortable, familiar, and often offer short-term rewards that can make them feel like the easier option. But the discomfort of change is a necessary part of growth. Growth, by definition, is about stepping outside of your comfort zone and embracing the unknown. The more you focus on your vision, the more the discomfort of breaking old patterns becomes a stepping stone toward the person you want to become. Start by getting very clear on what your vision truly is. What is it that you want for your life? What do you want to accomplish? Who do you want to become? And how do you want to feel every single day? Don't just think about your vision as a set of goals or achievements. Think about it in terms of your emotions, your mindset, and the daily experience you want to have. The clearer and more compelling your vision is, the stronger the pull it will have on your actions, thoughts, and emotions. It's important to remember that your vision is personal to you. It's not about what others expect or what you think is acceptable based on society's standards. It's about your deepest desires, the unique path that resonates with who you truly are. When your vision aligns with your values and your purpose, it becomes something far more powerful than a simple goal. It becomes a source of unshakable motivation and commitment that fuels you even in the toughest moments. One of the challenges in holding your vision stronger than your old habits is the constant temptation to revert to what is familiar. Old habits have a powerful gravitational pull. They don't simply disappear overnight, and often they can seem like the easier option when faced with challenges. But this is where you must make a choice. You must choose to trust in your vision more than the comfort of the past. Every time you face an old habit, you have the opportunity to decide whether you will let it control you or whether you will consciously choose to take a step toward the vision you hold for your future. To make this shift, it is essential to create new routines and new habits that align with your vision. Old habits are like grooves in your mind. They are familiar and automatic. When you try to break free from them, they resist. But new habits are like creating a new groove, one that leads you toward your future. Replacing old habits with new ones takes time, consistency, and patience. It requires you to consciously make decisions that honor your vision, even when it's hard. But the more you make those choices, the stronger your new habits will become, and eventually they will override the old ones. It can also be helpful to remind yourself constantly of why you are doing this. Why is your vision important to you? What is the pain you're trying to escape from? and what is the reward you are moving toward. In moments of weakness, when old habits try to pull you back in, remind yourself that you are not only changing your actions, but you are also changing your life. Every small step you take toward your vision is a step away from the life you no longer want to live. When you connect with your purpose in this way, the power of your vision will be far stronger than the temporary comfort of your old habits. One of the most effective ways to stay focused on your vision is to visualize it regularly. Spend time every day imagining what your life will look like when you have fully realized your vision. Picture it in as much detail as possible. Feel the emotions of having achieved what you set out to do. Let the excitement, the pride, the fulfillment fill you. As you immerse yourself in this vision regularly, it becomes more real to you. It becomes a part of your mental and emotional makeup. The clearer you can see and feel your vision, the stronger it becomes as a driving force in your life. In addition to visualization, affirmations can also play a key role in shifting your mindset. Repeating positive, empowering affirmations is a way of retraining your subconscious mind to accept your vision as a new reality. These affirmations help you reprogram your thoughts and beliefs, allowing you to shift from the old patterns that hold you back to the new behaviors that align with your future self. By affirming your commitment to your vision, you reinforce your sense of identity with the person you are becoming, rather than the person you once were. The importance of accountability cannot be overstated in this process. When you share your vision with others and hold yourself accountable to it, you increase the likelihood of success. It's easy to let yourself slide when no one else knows your goals or your progress, but when you make a public commitment, you create a sense of responsibility that propels you forward. Find a mentor, a coach, or a supportive community that will help keep you on track. Surround yourself with people who believe in your vision and who will hold you accountable to your growth. However, it's also essential to remain flexible and patient with yourself as you work toward your vision. Old habits won't disappear immediately, and setbacks are inevitable. Don't be discouraged by moments of failure or when you find yourself slipping back into old patterns. These moments are not signs of defeat, but opportunities to strengthen your resolve. When you slip, simply refocus, reconnect with your vision, and take the next step forward. Remember, progress is not always linear, but the important thing is that you keep moving toward your vision, no matter how small the steps may seem at times. Your vision is a dynamic force in your life, and as you continue to hold it stronger than your old habits, it will evolve and grow. The person you are becoming will gradually replace the person you once were, and the vision you hold will become a reality. But this requires ongoing effort, a willingness to embrace discomfort, and a commitment to your future. You will face moments of doubt and temptation, but as long as your vision remains stronger than your old habits, you will keep pushing forward. Ultimately, it is your vision that will shape your reality. When you hold it with unwavering strength and clarity, when you allow it to guide your decisions, your actions, and your mindset, you will find that the old habits that once held you back lose their power. Over time, the new habits you create will become automatic, and the vision you hold will no longer be just a dream but the life you are living. Keep holding your vision with everything you've got, and watch as it transforms your world.
Chapter 18. Ground yourself in the present to access deep focus. Our habits shape who we are. They govern our actions, our reactions, our thoughts, and our emotions. Most of the time, we don't even think about them. They just happen. But if you're serious about growth, transformation, and truly living a life that reflects your highest potential, you must recognize that your current habits, no matter how ingrained, do not have to dictate your future.
You have the power to shift your habits, break the patterns that no longer serve you, and replace them with new ones that align with the person you are becoming. The key to making this transformation possible is simple but profound. Hold your vision stronger than your old habits. At its core, the process of change is about making a decision to place your future vision above the comfort of your past. Old habits are often tied to comfort zones, to the parts of our lives that feel familiar and safe. But the truth is, staying comfortable will never lead to transformation. If you want to evolve into someone new, someone who is living the life they envision, you must shift your focus from what is comfortable to what is possible. That's where your vision comes in. It acts as a guiding light, a force that pulls you towards something greater, something far more aligned with the person you know you can be. One of the biggest challenges in life is the tension between who we are and who we want to be. This internal conflict plays out daily as old habits clash with new aspirations. It's easy to get discouraged when we find ourselves slipping back into our old ways, when we give in to the same distractions, the same comfort zones that we know are holding us back. But the answer is not to fight these habits head-on or to condemn ourselves for them. Instead, the solution lies in strengthening your vision until it becomes more powerful than any habit you've ever known. When you hold your vision stronger than your old habits, you begin to make decisions based on the future, not the past. Every time you feel the pull of an old habit, whether it's procrastination, self-doubt, or a tendency to put things off, you can respond by choosing your vision instead. You begin to recognize that the temporary satisfaction an old habit provides is far less valuable than the long-term reward that comes from stepping into the future you've envisioned for yourself. The process of holding your vision stronger than your old habits starts with gaining clarity about that vision. What is it that you truly want for your life? What does success look like for you, and what kind of person do you need to become in order to achieve that success? This vision needs to be as clear and specific as possible. It's not just about broad goals or distant dreams. Your vision must be a detailed picture of what you are working toward. It must evoke emotion, it must excite you and give you a sense of purpose. The clearer your vision is, the more powerful it becomes as a force that drives you forward. Once you have that vision, the next step is to make it a daily part of your life. It's not enough to think about your vision occasionally or when things are going well. You must weave it into the fabric of your daily routine. This means making time every day to reconnect with your vision, whether it's through meditation, journaling, visualization, or simply taking a few minutes to reflect on why this vision is so important to you. When you make your vision a daily practice, it becomes a part of your consciousness. It's something you carry with you in every decision, every action, and every thought. At the same time, you need to become deeply aware of the old habits that are holding you back. These habits don't just show up by accident, they are the product of patterns you've reinforced over time. Take the time to reflect on the habits that no longer serve your highest self. Perhaps it's procrastination, poor time management, negative self-talk, or an inability to focus when you need to. Identify these habits without judgment and instead use them as an opportunity for growth. Recognizing your old habits is not about criticizing yourself, it's about understanding where the resistance comes from so you can shift it. The next step in this process is to disrupt the patterns of your old habits. You don't have to eliminate them all at once. In fact, it's often more effective to start with small changes. For instance, if you find yourself constantly distracted by your phone, start by creating boundaries around your phone usage. Set specific times when you allow yourself to check your phone, and use the rest of the time to focus on the actions that align with your vision. If self-doubt is a recurring habit, start affirming your strengths and successes every morning, no matter how small they seem. Over time, these new actions will begin to displace the old patterns. As you continue to make decisions based on your vision, your old habits will begin to lose their power. But breaking old habits and establishing new ones takes more than just willpower. It requires consistency, patience, and a willingness to face discomfort. In the beginning, it will feel like a struggle. The old habits will resist. They will make themselves known every time you try to move forward. But this is where your commitment to your vision becomes essential. When you face resistance, when your old habits feel stronger than your willpower, remember why you're doing this. Your vision is the reward that awaits you on the other side of discomfort. The more you hold your vision in your mind, the more it becomes an anchor that keeps you grounded in your purpose. Another key part of holding your vision stronger than your old habits is to cultivate an unwavering belief in your ability to change. Self-belief is the foundation of all transformation. If you don't believe that change is possible for you, your efforts will be in vain. You must trust in your capacity to grow, to break free from old patterns, and to create a new life. This belief comes from within and must be reinforced daily. Whenever you feel doubt creeping in, remind yourself of your strength and resilience. Tell yourself that you are capable of holding your vision above any habit, no matter how deeply ingrained it may be. As you move forward, it's important to surround yourself with support. Change is challenging, and having a network of people who understand and support your vision can make all the difference. Whether it's a mentor, a friend, or a supportive community, having someone to encourage you, hold you accountable, and remind you of your vision during tough times is invaluable. This support can help you stay focused when your old habits start to feel overwhelming. Remember that holding your vision stronger than your old habits is not a one-time effort. It is an ongoing practice, one that you must commit to every single day. As you continue to reinforce your vision and make decisions that align with it, you will begin to see the transformation you've been working for. Old habits will gradually lose their hold on you, and new habits will take their place. And over time, you will realize that you have become the person you always wanted to be. Your vision will no longer just be something you are working toward, it will be your reality. Ultimately, your vision is the compass that guides you, the fuel that keeps you going, and the light that shows you the way. When you hold it stronger than your old habits, you allow your future self to lead the way. You stop being tethered to the past and start living the life you've always dreamed of. The power to change, to evolve, and to create your ideal future is in your hands. All it takes is the courage to hold your vision and commit to the actions that will bring it to life. When you do that, there is nothing that can stand in your way. Chapter 19. Commit to a clear routine and follow it daily. A routine is more than just a sequence of actions performed day after day. It is the backbone of a successful life. It is a commitment to yourself, to your future, to your growth, and to the direction you want your life to take. To develop a clear and effective routine is to take control over the time you have, and through consistent action, transform that time into something meaningful, powerful, and productive. The idea of commitment to a routine may sound rigid to some, but in truth, it is the freedom that comes from structure. When you have a clear routine, you're no longer wasting mental energy wondering what to do next or how to fill the gaps of your day. Your routine eliminates the chaos and replaces it with purpose, direction, and intention. You can now focus on the tasks at hand because you know exactly what to do and when to do it. Your routine, therefore, becomes a powerful tool for achieving your goals and living in alignment with your highest potential. Establishing a clear routine is about understanding your priorities and aligning your time with those priorities. It's about making sure that every action you take in a day is a step toward your goals and that each part of your routine serves a purpose in your greater vision. At first, it may require some trial and error to determine what works best for you, but once you find your rhythm, you'll experience the incredible power of consistent action. The first key to committing to a routine is understanding why routines are essential. A routine doesn't just organize your day, it organizes your life. It allows you to dedicate your energy to what truly matters, without getting distracted by the endless stream of small, irrelevant tasks that tend to steal your focus. A routine allows you to optimize your time, enabling you to spend it on the things that are truly going to move you forward. When you commit to a routine, you are committing to your success and to a life of intentionality and purpose. Once you understand the importance of a routine, the next step is to design one that fits your needs and goals. Your routine should not be a generic copy of someone else's. It must be tailored to who you are, to what you are striving for, and to the unique circumstances of your life. What works for one person may not work for you, and that's perfectly okay. The beauty of routines is that they are adaptable. You have the freedom to adjust yours as your needs evolve, but the key is to create one that supports your most important goals. Start by evaluating your life, your time, and your goals. What are the key actions that will lead you to success? What habits do you need to develop or strengthen in order to be the person you want to become? These are the foundational questions that will help guide you in designing your routine. For some, this may mean incorporating daily exercise, meditation, or reading. For others, it might mean setting aside specific times for deep work, creative exploration, or learning new skills. Whatever your goals may be, make sure that your routine reflects the most important aspects of your life and that every part of your day is intentional. Once you have designed your routine, the next crucial step is to commit to it. This is where the real challenge lies. It's easy to create a plan or a schedule, but it's much harder to stick to it. However, the secret to success lies in consistency. You cannot expect to see lasting change or results if you are only partially committed to your routine. A clear routine requires discipline, but more than that, it requires faith in the process. You must trust that by following your routine, you are investing in your future and building the foundation for the success you desire. In the early stages, it might feel difficult to follow through on your routine every day. The temptation to skip steps, cut corners, or fall back into old habits will be strong, but this is the test. When you commit to a routine, you are not just committing to the actions themselves, you are committing to your growth, to pushing through discomfort, and to doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. The rewards of following through are worth far more than the temporary satisfaction of giving in to distractions. One of the most effective ways to stick to your routine is to start small and build momentum. Rather than attempting to overhaul your entire day at once, begin by committing to just one or two key parts of your routine. If you're incorporating exercise, for instance, start with 10 or 15 minutes a day and gradually increase the duration as you grow more comfortable. By starting small, you create a sense of achievement that keeps you motivated to stick with your routine. Over time, you'll find that the actions you once struggled with will become second nature. Another crucial aspect of maintaining a routine is tracking your progress. Keeping a journal or using a habit tracking app can be an incredibly powerful tool for holding yourself accountable. When you see the progress you're making, no matter how small, it reinforces the idea that the routine is working, and it motivates you to continue. Tracking also helps you identify areas where you may be falling short, giving you the opportunity to adjust and improve your routine as necessary. While consistency is key, it's also important to remember that flexibility plays an essential role in maintaining a routine. Life happens, and there will be days when things don't go according to plan. It's important to approach these situations with a mindset of adaptability rather than frustration. When you encounter obstacles or disruptions, don't see them as failures. Instead, recognize them as opportunities to strengthen your resolve and adjust your approach. If you miss a day or don't meet a goal, don't let it derail your entire routine. Just get back on track the next day and continue moving forward. Commitment to your routine also means practicing patience. True growth and progress take time, and results won't always be immediate. You may not see significant changes in the beginning, but over weeks, months and years, the cumulative effects of your routine will be evident. When you commit to your routine, you are building something far bigger than just short-term results. You are building a life that is intentional, purposeful, and in alignment with your highest goals. It's also essential to recognize the power of momentum. The more you stick to your routine, the easier it becomes to continue. As you make your routine a non-negotiable part of your life, you start to build positive habits that work for you rather than against you. These habits, once established, become automatic, requiring less mental energy to follow through on. And as your routine becomes ingrained in your daily life, you'll notice that you start to crave the sense of accomplishment and focus that comes with it. Alongside consistency and flexibility, one of the greatest benefits of committing to a clear routine is the sense of clarity it provides. When your days are filled with meaningful, goal-oriented tasks, it's easy to see how each step fits into the bigger picture. You no longer waste time feeling uncertain about what to do next, because your routine guides you through each day with purpose. This clarity allows you to focus fully on the tasks at hand, free from the mental clutter that comes with uncertainty. Another key benefit of a clear routine is the way it helps to build resilience. Life will always present challenges, obstacles, and distractions. But when you've committed to a routine, you've already built the foundation for navigating these challenges with grace and determination. Your routine becomes your anchor, a reminder that no matter what happens, you are capable of staying on course. The more you stick to your routine, the more you build the mental strength necessary to face adversity and continue moving forward. In conclusion, committing to a clear routine is an act of self-discipline and self-love. It's a commitment to your future, to your success, and to the life you want to create. Through consistency, patience, and flexibility, you build a life of purpose and direction. Your routine becomes the blueprint for your success, guiding you toward your goals every day. And as you continue to follow your routine, you'll realize that the small, consistent actions you take each day are what ultimately create the life you've always dreamed of. By committing to a clear routine and following it daily, you lay the foundation for a life of achievement, fulfillment, and growth.
Chapter 20. Let go of yesterday and begin with fresh awareness. To let go of yesterday and begin with fresh awareness is one of the most liberating and transformative things you can do for yourself. Too often, we find ourselves anchored to the past, burdened by regrets, mistakes, or even past successes that no longer serve us. We carry with us memories, judgments, and expectations that cloud our present, stopping us from embracing the fullness of the now.
But the key to personal growth and moving forward is in the ability to release the past and step into each new day with clarity and openness. This act of letting go is not about forgetting what happened before, nor is it about denying the lessons learned from previous experiences. Instead, it's about freeing yourself from the emotional weight that the past carries. It's about choosing to see each new moment as an opportunity for a fresh start, where you can act with intention, awareness, and a renewed sense of purpose. The moment you let go of yesterday's disappointments, failures, and even triumphs, you open yourself to infinite possibilities, untainted by the ghosts of your past. When you let go of the past, you are no longer bound by old patterns of thinking or behavior that no longer serve you. You can release the need for validation from yesterday's actions and begin acting from a place of authenticity and self-trust. It's not about starting over from scratch every single day. It's about recognizing that each moment is a chance to step forward, to act with clarity, and to live in alignment with the person you are becoming. You are not your mistakes, you are not your past successes, and you are not defined by the judgments you or others have placed upon you. You are only who you choose to be in this moment. To fully embrace this idea of releasing yesterday and stepping into fresh awareness, you must first recognize that the past is simply that. The past. It is already done. You cannot change it, you cannot undo what has been done, and you cannot continue to let it hold power over you. The idea that you have to carry the weight of past mistakes or even past glory is an illusion that keeps you from fully experiencing the present. If you allow yesterday to define today, you give up your power. Every time you revisit past regrets, you perpetuate those old emotional cycles, and every time you live in yesterday's successes, you stunt your potential for today's progress. The present moment is where your true power lies. A powerful shift occurs when you choose to release yesterday's emotional baggage and open yourself to new experiences with a clear mind. It's not about ignoring the past or pretending it didn't happen. It's about seeing it as a chapter that's closed, no longer holding any emotional charge over you. It's about accepting what was, forgiving yourself or others where necessary, and then taking the lessons from those experiences to fuel your future growth. When you can do this, you no longer carry the weight of past disappointments into the present. You are free to act from a place of renewed energy, enthusiasm, and awareness. Letting go is also about accepting that you are always in the process of becoming. You are not a finished product, and you don't need to have everything figured out in order to move forward. Each day, you are evolving, and the decisions you make today can shift your path in a completely different direction. This awareness allows you to break free from the limitations that the past has imposed on you. Instead of holding on to yesterday's failures as a reason to not try again, or holding on to yesterday's achievements as a reason to rest on your laurels, you choose to see today as a new opportunity. You see it as a chance to do things differently, to rise above the past, and to make choices that align with your highest aspirations. The power of living with fresh awareness comes when you understand that your thoughts, feelings, and actions today are the building blocks of your future. If you continue to focus on what didn't work in the past, you are essentially inviting those same circumstances to repeat themselves. But if you release yesterday's burdens and step forward with a clear, open mind, you set the stage for new opportunities, new successes, and new experiences to come your way. The energy you bring into today shapes what happens next, and the key to creating your desired future lies in how you show up in the present moment. Each time you let go of the past, you break free from the habits and patterns that may have kept you stuck. The more you practice releasing yesterday's weight, the easier it becomes to cultivate a mindset that is open to new possibilities. Your awareness grows sharper, and your capacity for growth expands. You realize that you are in charge of the direction of your life. You are the one who holds the pen, the one who decides what your story will be from this point forward. Every day is a new page, and when you let go of yesterday's narrative, you empower yourself to write the next chapter with purpose and clarity. The key to letting go of yesterday is forgiveness. This is often the hardest part of the process, especially if the past is filled with regrets or unresolved emotional pain. But forgiveness is essential in order to release the grip that the past has on you. This forgiveness is not about excusing or justifying what happened. It's about freeing yourself from the emotional hold that the past has over you. Forgiving yourself and others allows you to release the anger, resentment, guilt, and shame that may have been holding you back. It clears the emotional clutter so you can move forward with a clean slate, free from the emotional baggage that has been keeping you stuck in the past. Forgiveness also creates space for growth. When you forgive, you no longer hold on to past pain as a reason to limit your future. Instead, you create the space to learn, evolve, and grow from your experiences. Every setback or failure you've faced holds valuable lessons, and forgiveness allows you to integrate those lessons without being chained to the emotions that once accompanied them. You can let go of past mistakes and view them as stepping stones on your path to success. You are not your past mistakes, and by forgiving, you release their power over you and step into the fullness of who you are becoming. As you practice letting go of yesterday, you will begin to experience a newfound sense of freedom and lightness. You will no longer feel weighed down by past emotions or fears. You will approach each day with fresh eyes, unencumbered by yesterday's judgments, limitations, or regrets. This awareness will allow you to take action with clarity and confidence, knowing that the past does not define you. Your power is in the present moment, and the more you let go of what no longer serves you, the more space you create for your highest self to emerge. This process of letting go is an ongoing practice. It's not something that happens overnight or once and for all. It's a continual process of releasing the hold that past experiences have on you and choosing to step into the present with a renewed sense of purpose and awareness. Every day is an opportunity to let go of something, whether it's an old belief, a past mistake, a regret, or an old habit that no longer serves you. Each time you let go, you move closer to becoming the person you are meant to be, free from the constraints of the past. Living with fresh awareness means living with a sense of purpose, clarity, and intention. It means approaching each moment as an opportunity to create something new, to learn something new, and to grow. By letting go of yesterday, you create the space for the life you desire to unfold, and you begin to experience life as it is, full of possibility, growth, and limitless potential. The more you practice this release, the more you will find yourself at peace with the present moment, with a heart open to whatever the future holds. In the end, the true gift of letting go is not just the freedom from the past, but the liberation to fully embrace the present. With each passing day, you have the opportunity to step into a new chapter of your life, unburdened by the weight of what has been. You can begin with fresh eyes, a fresh heart, and a fresh mind, ready to create the future that you desire. Let go of